Hey, folks, figured it out. Sorry about that. We figured it out. Had to do some last minute programming to get it running here. Crazy. Crazy way to start. So, anyway, panic over. So, I did a change and I guess I messed something up. And I had to go back in there and change, do some programming at the last minute. And, uh, and I got it going. So, there we go. We got it running. It's like awful. I'm like I prepare for this broadcast. I spend a lot of time preparing for it, and then at the last minute I encounter I can't actually test it because then I would go live, and so I avoid trying to go live to test. And here we are. So you never know at the last till the last minute what's going to happen. So that messed up the broadcast. So welcome, folks, and sorry for the late start. Thank you, Sub Sam. Thank you, guys. Thank you for being here in spite of the late start. And we should be live on YouTube as well. So YouTube good? Are we? Give me a thumbs up on YouTube, guys. Is YouTube all running? Are we running on YouTube, folks? YouTube people, say something. There's a handful of you in there right now. Okay, so good. Okay, so I guess is Twitch good? I saw Twitch run, so let me just verify this. May have to tweak this a couple times more. This I made a change and then I didn't really get a chance to test it live um, because I don't want to disrupt anyone. But let me just see if I'm live. If I'm live on Twitch, then if we're yes, we are live on Twitch, and there's actually yes, we are live on Twitch. Let me see. No one is identifying themselves, but yes, we are live on Twitch. We're live on YouTube, and we are live on Periscope. Thank you for being here, folks. I'm not going to play piano. We're so late here. Such a late start. So we're just going to go into the topic here. Welcome, my friends. So shows on both YouTube and Periscope. Okay, Twistman is on YouTube, and welcome to everyone. And I messed up the schedule here because I started late. And like I usually say, please watch me on YouTube if you can. That would be appreciated. YouTube would be my preferred audience platform if you like it. Otherwise, stay on Periscope or stay. I'm not monitoring the Twitch chat because normally I don't get much traffic from Twitch, so I'm not at the moment monitoring the Twitch chat. Hello, Arturo Bao. How are you? So let me put my there we go. My clickbait. Put the clickbait on there, which is not squash. We'll see if the clickbait works, and we'll see if the clickbait works. It's not working. It's not working. If it doesn't work, then we'll switch to squash. Whatever works tonight. It's just an experiment. Hello, S. Monroe 420. I guess it doesn't work. Doesn't work. Hello, Susie Eve. How are you? It's not working. It's an experiment. I bet you the squash will work though. Do you think Brax is good? I am Brax, Susie Eve, so of course Brax is good. I am Brax. I am Brax. So it's not working, right? Greek God, not working? What do you think? The app. Yes, I own the app, Susie Eve. I am I am the Brax at me guy. So you can't ask me that question without me saying, uh, you know, of course, I'm going to say something positive because it's my app for me. Okay, didn't actually, you didn't know that. Yes, I am the maker of Brax.me app. Okay, so this is not working, so we're gonna switch to Squash here and see if Squash works. Because I guess didn't like the clickbait, so we're gonna have to use the Squash clickbait. This is guaranteed to work. That's guaranteed to work. Watch the people roll in with the Squash. They have Squash in their brain. I guess I guess there it is. It works. So now I've just proven the point here that people's minds are on Squash. So yes, if it's not Squash, what is with the apples? They're actually Squash, Susie Eve, and it's the best thing you can do on a Periscope broadcast because you put the Squash in and they all show up. Yep, see, they all show up. So it's a guaranteed thing. So it works 100% of the time. Yes, Starlight, I had some tech problems. And I wasn't expecting the tech problems, and there we go. It kind of cut my broadcast, and I have a late start, and here I am. Yeah, okay, Squash works for sure. Hello, Burnham. First day on Periscope. How you doing, guys? So you saw the title. I didn't get the notification for the broadcast. Got all the other ones. I've been on and off trying to figure it out. I was actually not, I was having some broadcast problems. I was having some problems trying to get online, and it was very, very difficult. So, but we figured it out, and we're back on. We're back on. So I can kind of do a cut on this when I turn this into a video. I can do a cut. So anyway. Welcome, people from Periscope. I hope you didn't just come for the Squash. I mean, 99% of you are coming in just for the Squash, and you don't really care about what I'm going to say. People on YouTube, of course, know what I'm going to say. So, hello, Brian H. How are you doing, Brian? Oh, is that the Brian I know, or it's a? That's the same Brian or different Brian? Different Brian. Okay, so different Brian. How are you, Brian, on YouTube? So the topic tonight is about just asking you a simple question. It's a very, very simple question. And that is, are you interested in personal privacy, or do you want to have your lives? How about you, Brian? Are you interested in personal privacy? Internet privacy? How about some of you coming in for the Squash? Are you any of you interested in internet privacy? Or are you here because you just, you're thinking, oh yeah, it's all about sex, so that's all we're here for. So is that all you're here for, guys? From Periscope? You can see the difference in viewership from Periscope and YouTube and Twitch here. The people from report this guy, Zuck, report this guy, go report me, shaking your head. Yes, okay, report me for showing Zucking Squash. Okay, so report this guy. Okay, who's that? Here, see a full view of the Squash right there. Put it on the side for you. Okay, report this guy so you can see all the, it's out of season now, but there you go. Squash, guys, go report me to Zucking Periscope. Like I Zucking care. Okay, go report. Exactly. That's why you came here. It's because of Zucking Squash. Bye-bye. Okay, so got that a-hole out of the way. Okay, so our topic tonight is about privacy, and people are, as you can see here, they want to go into Periscope, and the people who go to Periscope actually And the vast majority of people on Periscope nowadays, this is the new generation of Periscope users, aren't here to be voyeurs. I've known him for years, really. The people have to be on Periscope means to be a voyeur. So you're simply looking for somebody showing open bobs or whatever it is they want to see on Periscope, and they're not really interested in the content. That's the majority now of people on Periscope. That it didn't used to be so much like that. Maybe because there were more people, but to be honest with you, the majority of people who used to be just coming to Periscope for fun and to shame, for fun and to build friendships within the app. Most of them are gone. I don't know where they went, but I have 32,000 followers here on Periscope, and certainly a good number of them, at least 30,000 of them, have disappeared. Hello, Emma. Emma, is that you? So 30,000 of my followers have disappeared, and I don't know where to find them. So it's sad, and this is the reality of what Periscope is all about, and this is really what's left of Periscope. So you put that squash in, and it's 100% guaranteed they're going to show up. 100%. It's worked 100% of the time. I've tried it with different fruits and vegetables, and this is the one that is 100% guaranteed to work. So let me show you alternate vegetables and fruits, and this does not get as much traffic. I did squash me. The squash has 36 people in here. No, there's no. Look, there's 700 people that drop by. 700 of them. 700 of them just dropped by just for the squash. Let me see how they react to potatoes. Kardashian potatoes. Okay, here. If we use Kardashian potatoes like that, okay. If we use Kardashian potatoes, let's see how many show up. Okay, how many will show up for Kardashian potatoes? Let's see if the number goes down. The number should go down a little bit. Yes, it is. Okay, Kardashian potatoes. So it should not going down. Okay. Hubba hubba. Hubba hubba. So there you go. So that's no, it's going down. Yes, they don't like Kardashian potatoes. See, it's very predictable here. It's very predictable, and it's just nice yoga pants. It's this is the way it is in this platform. I'm just trying to understand these different platforms, and it's just the way it is. Just the way it is. But fortunately, I get people in here to listen and then maybe convert them to our beliefs if they come and stay for a little bit and figure out what it is we are talking about here. So the subject matter, I'm going to set this aside here. Again, for people on YouTube, these are deliberate clickbait to prove a point. 40 mile an hour winds, and you're going to go ice sailing. Ice sailing, this is to prove a point of the clickbait situation here on Periscope. So it's 100% guaranteed. If I ever want to, be popular on Periscope, I don't have to do anything. I just have to post that on. I don't even have to talk about anything. I can talk about nonsense and it'll show up. Okay? But that is kind of useless for me because I actually want to talk about real issues, and I want people to actually stay here and learn about real issues. And believe it or not, some percentage of this couple thousand people that will drop by looking at the squash and the potatoes, a couple thousand of them will come by and say, your topic is interesting, and I'll actually follow you. So the subject today is exactly about that. And there's so many videos that I released this week. For some of you who don't know this, I'm a YouTube broadcaster, And on YouTube I have many videos that I released this week. By the way, do you say YouTube or YouTube? What the fuck? I don't even know how to pronounce that. I've heard people just say YouTube, and then I heard people say YouTube. So what's the proper one? What's the proper one? What's the colloquial way of saying YouTube? YouTube. So I say YouTube, and then people don't say that. So I'm confused. Anyway, um, we're losing Periscope people here because the squash is not terribly visible. So I guess I have to move the squash to a YouTube. Move the squash to I'm wearing it like a beard. I'm wearing it like a beard. Okay? That's how you have to do it here. This is Zucking Periscope. Zucking Periscope, that's what you have to do. Pretty effective. Back in the old days, I didn't have to do this. Back in the old days, I do a broadcast and there's 14,000 people here. Now, the only way that they'll come in here is if you show something, which means the population has changed. The population of people have changed on Periscope. And here's the other funny thing, that the people who come in here for squash actually are here to look for voyeur kind of. I'm only here because you grew bobs. Yes, but the only reason, the only people left in Periscope are those who are here for voyeurism. They want to see somebody, tease them and show tease, because you can't actually show nudity. You get banned. So they go get somebody to tease them, and then they say, "Oh, let's do a private," and then that's where they get their jollies and privates. Buy low, sell lower, go broke. Hey, Options BitCrypt. How you doing? What the zuck it up? Chief Brennan, buddy, how are you doing? So for those of you who don't know this, and our topic today has to do, I don't show nudity, JMac77. What are you talking about? I'm told for that I am a techie. Do you consider squash nudity? If so, then yes, I show nudity, nude squash. Big drop off in intellect and period over the years. Yes, the I don't know. Maybe it's a drop in age group. I don't really know what the reasoning is. And anyway, there's eight of you on YouTube, and it would be great if you all watch on YouTube. If we get the majority of you in YouTube, and we'll let the squash people stay on Periscope. Chief, how are you doing, Chief? Is that Bach on the wall? Who's Bach on the wall? Somebody back on the wall or Bach on the wall? Paradigm shift. Yeah, I'm just, it's a very interesting thing with the population. I could blame Periscope for it, but the fact of the matter is, the app itself is shifting to kind of a different demographic, and which is kind of sad because I built such a following here. It's to get 32,000 people in here, and Alex Pettit has 100,000 fake followers, and that doesn't do much for him. Okay, well, I have 32,000 real followers, and 30,000 of them have gone someplace else. I don't know where they went. Ching Chong, something Wong. Johann Bach is in the picture. Is it really? I don't know what the picture is, because that's not a real thing. There is nothing behind me. Do you think it's moving by choice or just because of the population? GMAC, behind me is a green screen. Okay, so there is no actual object behind me. The app is going to the dark side. Okay, so I've convinced GMAC here that I actually have a real background. So GMAC here is convinced I have a real background, which is really good that you actually think it's a real background. But that's a green screen. I'll prove it to you in a moment here. Here. There. Magic. Magic. There. Okay. So is that a real background? Obviously not if I can do this. Why choose that background? Why not? I looked at backgrounds and I said, want you to feel at home. Okay. So is that a problem, GMAC? I'm not a classical musician. I'm a jazz musician. Did you see Elon Musk's meme review? No. Does that hurt? Yes, that hurts. Look, ouch. We need the theme song played. Yes, it is. So should I put some, Miles Davis up there since I play jazz? I mean, I can't even see. That's Bach. I mean, goodness, I didn't even blow up the picture to see that that's Bach behind there. We need a theme song played. Yes, bot. I will. I will think about it. Okay, so please watch me on YouTube if you can. Watch me on YouTube if you can. I have a lot to say about Zuck book. Did you know that somebody actually wrote a book called Zucked Book? And it's like, did you zucking steal that from me? Zuck. I've been saying Zuck for 4 years, and then somebody writes a book and call it Zuck book. I have a Zuck book T-shirt that I made, that I sell. I sell my own Zuck book T-shirt. And this guy actually wrote a book and called it Zuck book. He put an ED on it. That would be an improvement. Bitches and brew. I don't think it's bitches and brew. I think it's bitch and brew. So anyway, I'm surprised you didn't sue him yet. So it's actually Zuckerberg. The Zuckerberg owned the name, so in theory he can hire. Have you ever heard of the VPN app? 1.1.1.1 for iPhone. No, why would I use a VPN app 1.1.1 for iPhone? I have my own VPN. Bots are out tonight. Going over to YouTube. Okay, so I made several videos. This week, and if you're not following me on YouTube, I would suggest that you subscribe to my YouTube account so you can watch my regular uploads of YouTube videos. I upload 2 to 3 videos a week on top of the live streams I do over the weekend. So Chief, are you following me on? Are you subscribed to my YouTube account yet? You should subscribe to my YouTube account right now. In fact, you should watch on YouTube right now. So yes, I would prefer if you would subscribe to YouTube. Anyway, I made several videos over the last couple of weeks. Let's just tell you what some of the videos were. I made a video a week ago about an antivirus, and I said to you that as far as I'm concerned, you should not buy an antivirus. That if you're in Windows, use Windows Defender, which comes free with Windows 10. And thank you, Kyle. Please subscribe to my YouTube account. Trying to find every follower that I have, one of the 32,000, to go and shift over to YouTube. So if you're not aware of that, please go to YouTube, and there's my account on YouTube. It's called Rob Braxman Tech. If you can see it behind the squash. Windows Defender does a lot of things. Spitfire. Windows Defender does a lot of things, which is not to harm you. I'm in later. Please don't forget, Kyle, because that's really important. It's really important. I have so many videos there. I made a lot of videos. I think 50 videos in the last month. Okay, you're zucked up if you're going to use McAfee. And what else? Norton Antivirus, Kaspersky, what? Okay, go watch my video so you can learn, and then my broadcast from the last week to learn how you're getting zucked by all this. Okay. So all these are actually dangers to you. They're actually dangers for you because all of these things, it does nothing for rootkits or ransomware. None of them do, Spitfire. You actually think an antivirus is going to protect you. It's called Rob Braxman Tech, Chief Brennan. Rob, it's on the right-hand corner there. Rob Braxman Tech. That's the name of the channel. Okay, no, you are incorrect, Spitfire. You didn't watch my video. Spitfire. No, you did not watch my video. Okay, you are incorrect. Okay, you're incorrect. Do I need to re-show this document for you? So for those of you who weren't here last week, just to show you a document from the CIA, the Zucking IA, okay? And I will pop it up for you here just to prove my point. Okay, this is a document which agrees with me. Okay, this is a document from, this is a CIA document. Okay, and this is from WikiLeaks, and it criticized all the antivirus engines. This is last week's scope, so I'm not going to go repeat it, but it's part of the big program here. And I'm going to show you the conclusion here. This is a CIA document, which I agree with. Okay, and this is a CIA document, Spitfire, so I don't know. You're zucked up to think what you think, because look at this. Okay, in general, antivirus software does not make you any safer against skilled attackers. Absolutely true. You can sneak by any antivirus if you know how. It increases your attack surface. Yes, it has a listening port. In case of your little techie, it has a port that's open. And so, because that is not true, Spitfire, you are not correct. So if you're a skilled attacker, you are going to this is a CIA document. So Spitfire, you're disagreeing with the CIA. Okay, so this is the CIA recommendation. Okay, that's a CIA recommendation. Do not blindly trust your AV product. Do not trust your AV product. Also, do not trust your AV product. Nope, I cannot stress enough. Yes, so what I want to do is use only the very basic AV product that does not hurt me, knowing that viruses are going to sneak in anyway. And so the viruses are going to sneak in. I'm going to handle it some other way by using this as the antivirus, which I was talking about last week. Okay. Periscope comments are showing on YouTube screen tonight. I don't see any Periscope comments on YouTube screen. I don't see it. Where are you seeing it? No, I'm not showing Periscope comments. I'm not. So I'm actively not doing that. All software is hackable. That is correct, Daddy. But it's even worse when you actually think you trust somebody and they're not trustworthy. Now, this is the important point. I'm gonna shift gears in here to tell you what this all means. I'm gonna switch gears in here to tell you what this all means, because I got a question about this. This last week, and the question came from Hey. Hey, where's Hey? He's not here tonight. Hey. Okay, I got a question from Hey, and he basically was saying that he tested the heuristics of Windows Defender against some of the other antivirus products, and he said that some viruses snuck in to Windows Defender that did not sneak past whatever he was checking, McAfee, whatever. I don't know what he was checking, what software, but let's just say for the moment that he's checking, let's say, a McAfee, and then he's comparing that to Windows Defender, and he's saying, well, Windows Defender is flawed. You're really missing the point here. If that's your, yes, you are right, Spitfire, but they're all bad. Even Windows Defender is bad, but it's at least doesn't hurt you. Okay, I was showing Spitfire in case you if you didn't watch the video, and you should watch the replay of the broadcast from last week. Spitfire, are you following me on YouTube, Spitfire? I don't think you are. If any of you are not following me on YouTube, please do so that you can reference the things that I'm talking about, which are all on YouTube. There are videos related to this. This is a very important point, because somebody asked me this, and somebody argued with me and said, "Well, that's not true. You're giving wrong advice because especially in the corporate environment, especially in the corporate environment, antivirus is important. I wasn't. There's no glitch in the record there when I repeated that, because this is really the point of my broadcast tonight, is to talk about the misunderstanding of what I'm trying to say, what my goals are in connection with cybersecurity as it connects to, let's say, an enterprise. I am not here to talk about cybersecurity for the Zucking enterprise. That is not my purpose. I am here to talk about personal privacy, personal internet privacy, which have different objectives. I want to make this clear. Personal privacy and internet security for a enterprise IT department has different objectives. Now, in case you don't know my background, I am, worked with enterprise systems for most of my life, and I was involved with medical systems, medical software that are, subject to a lot of problems with hacking and so on from the outside. So I am very knowledgeable about, attacks on enterprise systems. It's what I did for a very, very long time. So I am not unskilled in this. And the problem is that people have a different idea of what I'm talking about and really misunderstand my objectives. Because I was asked this question today. Guys. And the question was, is a VPN? Listen to my comment here. It's a VPN for everyone, for businesses, or is it for the average everyday people? Hello, entire Meyer. That's the question. It's a VPN for everyone, or is a VPN for average everyday people? Because I tell you, so often that I want you to have a VPN. So that's a question. That's the question that I raise. It's a VPN for the enterprise or a VPN for each and every one of you average people, or both? What's anybody have an answer to that? What is a VPN for? Is it for the enterprise or is it for individual people? Okay. You say both. How are you doing, Daddy? Are you new here, Daddy? Daddy seems like a new person here in Periscope. How are you doing? I hope you follow me here in Periscope. It's for anyone who wants a private tunnel. Both. Yes. Here's the problem, guys. They have a different objective. They have different reasons for existence, and there's different. Thank you for being here, Daddy. Thank you for being here. Glad you're here to learn about privacy, internet privacy, and security. So the actual answer for me is, you see, I am not here to talk about corporate systems, because here's the problem with corporate or enterprise systems. Their objective is completely different than yours. Let me just say this to make sure you understand, guys. Corporate systems do not care about your privacy. Let me repeat that. Corporate systems, enterprise systems have no concern at all for your privacy. They don't care about the fact that an antivirus may affect your privacy. That is of no consequence to them. So an enterprise will require you to have an antivirus. Whether you like it or not, you're going to have them. Okay? Because they want centralized control of every file that goes into the system, and they want to have centralized control of saying, I want this file deleted from the network, and they can only do that by a centrally controlled antivirus. Hello, Pastora Covert's Place. How are you? So there's a difference, guys. They are not concerned about you. I am not here to talk about cybersecurity from an enterprise point of view. There's other experts. Go to Security Now for that. Go to Security Now, okay, on YouTube. That's what they talk about, okay? I'm here about privacy, which has completely different objectives, and you will learn that in a moment here, how different this is. For example, why am I saying, why am I one of any known back? Yes, there's backdoors in every single one. Spitfire, not a backdoor, but there's a hack to every single antivirus that has any advanced features, and some of them spy spy on your HTTPS traffic. I just demonstrated that on AVG. Okay. This is what I showed you last week on AVG. Okay, so this is a certificate once you install AVG. Hello, Bratwurst Power. So this is, look at the Spitfire. AVG installed the certificate, and this is the certificate of BraxMe. Except that is not the certificate of BraxMe. They put a fake root certificate in here. This is how they can actually intercept your HTTP traffic. Do you know that every corporation, every big company will do this? They will create a fake root certificate in your system like that. It will put a fake root certificate in your system, and by doing that, they can read your HTTPS traffic. This is the true certificate. This is the actual original certificate that was issued to this website, because I own this website. That's the original certificate. This is the certificate put in by AVG, and they do this by putting in a fake root certificate. Okay, fake root certificate. That's how that happens. Okay, so we let companies like this say, okay, we don't really care about your privacy. We're here to just make sure the network is clean, and we can do our work, and we don't really care that we can spy on your internet traffic. We don't really care. We don't really care that we don't really care that we can observe your bank transactions, that we can see what you do on Facebook, because we don't want you to do that. So yes, the Web Shield component, and that all of them have some sort of Web Shield for supposed phishing attack. The Web Shield component is actually, you just put in a spyware on your second computer. Now, again, I made this little statement last week, and a lot of people didn't. These are kind of advanced topics, and a lot of people don't get it. But last week I said Kaspersky was banned from the U.S. government, and let me just explain why Kaspersky was banned from the U.S. government. Kaspersky antivirus was banned from the U.S. government because Kaspersky picked up files from the computer of the users and sent it over to Russia. They don't dispute this. This actually happened. This is not something they dispute. They actually agree that yes, they took the files from the machines of the users loaded with Kaspersky, and they uploaded the files to Kaspersky. Now the problem is Kaspersky said, well, those are malware, so we wanted a copy of the malware. So that's legit. It's legit. The files did go to Kaspersky because it was spotted as malware. Now here's the funny part about this. Is the malware they spotted was actually National Zucking Agency malware, or CIA. Was it NSA or CIA? I forget. Okay. I think it was NSA. So they spotted NSA malware. Well, Kaspersky was so good, they spotted NSA malware, and they took the file and uploaded it to Russia. Now, that in itself is not the issue. The issue is what happens after it gets to Russia. It may have been an innocent little thing for malware to be extracted, which, it seems logical that if you spot malware, you upload it so you can look at it. Okay, it seems logical, except that they actually, from that, managed to steal malware created by the National Zucking Agency. So now the government says, well, we can't have that. I mean, we can't have you taking NSA malware and sending it to Russia. Nobody asked the question, what is the NSA malware doing in United States citizens' computers? Why is there malware from the NSA in the citizens of the United States? Nobody asked that question. So who's the bad guy here? And no one makes a comment like, Kaspersky, it's the Russians. Well, they're kind of both at fault, okay? Because you let it. Now, AVG is showing you that AVG is showing you AVG is showing you that AVG spies on your HTTPS traffic, and I'm sure Kaspersky, McAfee, Norton Antivirus, and all of them do the same thing that AVG does. So they spy on your network traffic, and you can say, well, they protect us from phishing attacks, so that's cool. And I'm saying to myself, how do you know where that file, that data that they're actually able to extract from that, just stays there? How do you know? How do you know if they don't have the same trick that Kaspersky had? Hello, Batman. Are you following me on YouTube, Batman? Make sure that you guys are following my or subscribe to my YouTube account, guys. If you're not on my YouTube account, I hope you subscribe because all of my content's over there. So, why is there USA malware distributed to its citizens? Exactly. So nobody asked that question. There's like two-part question here. What the zuck? You spamming me, Tony82 whatever digits? So what would be the best way to put yourself in your network? The best way, Daddy, is to not put any antivirus that you pay for on your computer, because some of the little tricks that they use to be more advanced in antivirus is actually exposing you to a bigger attack surface. It's the way antivirus products work. They actually scan traffic and they can be hit by a advanced hacker. You don't need. Why would you need a hardware firewall? Are you in the corporate systems? Use a VPN, Daddy. Use a VPN. There's bytesvpn.com. My bytesvpn.com has VPN and Tor included. You can switch between Tor and a standard VPN. Switch to Tor routing or standard VPN. Okay, so anyway, back to what we're saying here. So somebody was arguing with me. Yes, Sonic Wall is for corporate users. The fact that Sonic Wall can be used with Sophos and some of these other products. Yes, I use DuckDuckGo. So some of these products can be used for corporate uses, and they don't necessarily benefit you. You shouldn't really be talking about that. Because these products don't really contribute to your privacy. A standard machine has a firewall. Just turn on the Windows firewall and you're done. I mean, if all of you are in a VPN, what difference does it make if somebody gets through the firewall? They're not going to go access anything because you're all on a VPN and you don't have a zucking open port. There's nothing that they can reach if you're in a VPN. Understand what happens when you have a VPN. A firewall doesn't need to do anything. For a simple personal user, you don't understand why back is in a wall in the background. Weird. Not back. Should I remove it for you? Okay, just for you, GMAC. I understand what you're saying here, so we're gonna change the background for you. There. Okay, there. Okay, GMAC, are you happy here now? No more Bach picture for you. Okay, I can't even see that. I don't need to care what's glitchy. Like I said, you're using a VPN. Your VPN shoots out, and your traffic comes only from the VPN. So you're not expecting the firewall traffic to come in direct from your router. It's not going to affect you. You're on a VPN. Okay, there's not going to be any listening port if you're on a VPN and your connection is from a VPN. Okay. So I have Raspberry Pi pushing Pi-hole with my network. Do you really know how to write I have more advanced features in there. I actually sell a Raspberry Pi Tor router with software I wrote as a Tor router. It's much more advanced than what guys at home can build. Can you get rid of squash too? Distracting. No, I can't get rid of that because that brings in the people from Periscope. Because everyone has a dirty mind from Periscope. You look, GMAC, you came in because of that. So you came in because of that. So hello, Wizard. How are you? So back to my topic here. My question is how could you add VPN to that? My question is how could add a VPN to that setup? You don't the why would you put the VPN? I'm just asking you here, Daddy. Why would you need to put the V? There's a reason for the question. Why do you need to put a VPN on the Raspberry Pi? Why not put the VPN on each computer? Is there a reason for that? How would it be someone to hack your phone when using a VPN? You're not going to be. Your phone is not a easily hacked device. If I'm going to do that, I'm gonna hack. Couldn't even see that it was Johan Bach in there. I couldn't even see that was. I didn't even. I mean, your eyes are so good that you could see that was Johan Bach in there, and I can't see that. I just saw like some dark picture in the background. Can I download torrents with a VPN? Yes, you can download torrents with a VPN. That doesn't mean that doesn't mean you should be downloading things that are illegal. Do I need one for popcorn time? Can you play on the piano? No, Tony, I will not do that for you. Using a VPN is harder to get my info on my phone using cellular or my home Wi-Fi. Using a VPN is harder to get my info on my phone using cellular or my phone Wi-Fi. Uh, uh, okay. No, that's not true. And then having fun or Android easy to hack. Not true. Okay. You all have to understand what you're talking about, and some of these questions are not entirely logical. What VPN does your Tor router use? I use Bytes VPN as my VPN. I run my own VPN. It's called Bytes VPN. Tor does not use a VPN, but it uses OpenVPN as the client. My Tor router uses OpenVPN client to connect to my Tor cloud-based Tor router, and then it Torifies your whole traffic when you need to use it. And then when you want speed, you switch to standard VPN. So if you want high speed, you go standard VPN. If high speed is not an issue and security is more of an issue, you switch to Tor VPN. Okay, so it's cloud-based Tor routing. That's what it is, with a VPN client as the entry point. Okay, so you use OpenVPN on your computer to connect to the Tor server, and then I route the traffic. I don't use the VPN anymore. I use Tor. So I wrote that. So that's a service I provide. Torified, yes. That's a service I provide so to simplify the Tor routing, because otherwise you need a physical Tor router with static IP. Yes. Does VPNs really help you watch blacked out sports that are showing someplace else? Most VPNs are discoverable. I would say that if you're going to go with a large company VPN like NordVPN, privateinternetaccess.com, NordVPN, Norton VPN, zucked up, Wizard. Why would you zucking go with Norton? Go with Bytes VPN. You really trust Norton, the company that made fake certificates? You really trust that they don't have a backdoor with the National Zucking Agency or the CIA? And they're the one that fakes certificates? You want to use DDWRT? Norton maybe 10, 15 years ago. No, I would never think of using Norton for anything. It's there's a lot of evil in that company. Should I have an antivirus on my Android? Yes. No. Antivirus, no. VPN, yes. Antivirus, no. You do not need an antivirus on any device. If you're using Windows, you need the free one, Windows Defender, and you do not need anything else. And instead, you have to come up with a procedure on your computer that would prevent the antivirus from taking hold. And it's very simple. All you have to do on a computer, on a Windows computer, this a Mac is automatically set up like this as well. So this is what you need to do on a Windows computer. Set up a new user account that is not the admin, and then use that on a daily basis. Don't use your system with an admin account ever. And because the admin account will be hit by a virus, and then the virus will be able to sneak in there. If you're running as a non-admin user, the virus can't latch onto anything anyway. So even if you download the virus, it doesn't do anything. It's not AV to blame. The nature of malware has changed, making most AV useless. Spitfire. The problem is that the way to attack an AV is so sophisticated now. Are there search engines on dark web? I don't usually use a search web on the. I don't know if there's any search web on the dark web. I don't really hang out on the dark web. I use Tor, but I don't really hang out on the dark web. So there are many websites that are keyed into Tor that are listed in public list, and that's really about the extent of the search engine. There's no actual search engine company that actually I would look. Soon we will need firewalls and VPN and Tor in our cars, or maybe they will block the motor if a VPN is detected. Anything is possible now, bratwurst power. So this it's really bad. Anyway, keep life simple, guys. Keep life simple for your personal protection. Do not care about what your IT department in your office says. Do not care about what anybody else says, because they are not concerned about your internet personal privacy. The only people concerned about your personal privacy is you. You. Okay, tomorrow's topic will specifically focus on HTTPS. And let me just say this so you understand this. Your corporate, if you guys work in any big company, your corporate traffic is, of course, scanned and viewed even on HTTPS. It's not private. Your HTTPS traffic is viewable using various techniques, primarily by putting in fake root certificates, or by using fake certificates issued by some fake CA, China Monitoring Citizens, and that's how they do it. They put fake certificates out there. One of the biggest makers of fake certificates, silence please. One of the biggest makers of fake certificates is actually China, the Chinese certificate authorities. They make fake certificates. Sorry about that. Sorry about the interruption, but was just building noise level. Building noise level. It was, and then microwaves are gonna stop my broadcast here, and any other thing that's gonna happen here, I don't know what's gonna happen. I see like microwaves going on and everything going on, and that might just suddenly stop my broadcast here. So. A corporate environment, in a corporation, they are intent on examining your traffic. They want to see if you're on Facebook. They want to see if you're going to the bank, transferring money from the corporate stuff to the bank. They want to see if you're talking to some corporate spy that is trying to steal secrets from the corporation. They're worrying about if you're doing social activities and not really working. They're not concerned about your privacy in an office environment. You have to understand that. They're not concerned about that. What I talk about is personal privacy. I'm talking about to each and every one of you. What I talk about is how to protect you individually. I am not here to protect the corporation with their cybersecurity. That doesn't happen to be my target right now. If I did, I would title my scope and say cybersecurity, this and that, which I'm not. I'm talking about privacy, which is a different aspect of the market and different target. My target is the average everyday citizen, and how you're being tracked and spied on in so many ways that you don't even you're not even complaining. Let me just tell you a new story here. Let me just tell you a new story today. I got a what do you call this? I got a message from Ron Waxman, okay, and he sent me a little link, and then I had to research the link. But the link says that Facebook is now tracking everyone's health data. Facebook is now snatching everything about health data on the internet it can find about you. You route to your own DNS, Spitfire. You decide where your DNS is going to be. So in my case, from the Tor router, I route and get DNS from Tor. So Tor supplies, I get DNS from Tor to Google. I get it, and then Google's response comes back from Tor and comes back to you. When I deleted a pic off my phone that said "really fall into the floor," it's just compressed. Really fall on the floor. They will have to build a new facility for your health info. Okay, so let me just repeat this, because this is such an important topic. Okay. Facebook is an example of such invasions. Hello, Michelle SoCal. Facebook is an example of a company that, just doesn't seem to stop. Day by day, we discover new things it's trying to track. And just to remind you some of the recent things that happened with privacy. So today we find out that they're capturing health data. And this is the sad part about this. They're capturing health data from apps on your iPhone and your Android that have nothing to do with Facebook. They're tracking data about heart rates and blood pressure and weight and so on, information that they get from apps, and these apps are then selling it to Facebook, or I don't know what the arrangement is, but they're bringing it to Facebook, and Facebook is gobbling up all this data about you and your friends. Okay, and this is the sad part. They're actually grabbing the info that has nothing to do with your Facebook accounts, meaning they have actually information about people who don't even have a Facebook account. Okay, so nobody complains about this, and so the bulk of the people said, I don't really care about time is all messed up still for me. Hey Al, this is so screwed up, because we're like saying another invasion of privacy, and most people say, I don't really care. I don't care. But so if you don't really care, then put a 24-hour live stream on your house, because you don't seem to really care. I mean, this is just on and on and on. Let me just tell you some recent stuff with Facebook. Okay, did you know? So the health data apparently is being captured from other apps and stored on Facebook. Did you know that location data is being captured by phones, and that the location data is stored is captured on your phones, on Android and iPhone, and thousands of times a day the location data is stored, is collected. Now, if the heart rate and all of that is being collected by Facebook, it wouldn't surprise me if the same companies sold that same data to Facebook so they can make extra money and say, hey, don't you want to know all the places that such and such one of your Facebook users has been doing all day? Would you want to know all that? So will Facebook gobble that up? Of course. Of course they're going to do that. Okay, so now let's go further. Did you know that Facebook has a tattoo database? Did you know that? So some of you are saying, here's my tat, and you take a picture of it and put it on Facebook. Did you know that Facebook has a tattoo database, just like it has a facial recognition database? Here's the other one. This is my concern about people who just don't seem to be concerned about privacy. Did you know that Facebook is actually getting your credit data? Every transaction on your credit cards, if you have a Facebook account, and they're actually sending the data over to Facebook so that they can track what you buy. And then what? Your credit rating too? How come nobody complains? I don't get it. I don't get it, folks. How come nobody says anything? You say, oh, okay, that's, that sounds pretty cool. How does that benefit you, folks? Are you going to say, well, I use Facebook for free. Suck. Use some other product for free. You can use Periscope for free, use Twitter for free, use YouTube for free, use Braxme for free. There's so many other apps to use for free, and they don't capture this kind of data about you. This is so insulting that they would actually do this, and they don't give up. They don't give up. Credit data? Now, this is the other thing. If you go into to answer, your Facebook is free, family and friends. Zock that, daddy. So my answer is to my family and friends. If you want me to be on Facebook, my answer to you, family, is Zock you all. Zock you all. I'm not going to go stay in Zockbook. Not for that kind of invasion. And if you say that's okay with you, then Zock you. I'm not going to go associate myself. Credit purchases, yes, Spitfire. Hello, Omar. How are you doing, Omar? So there's a lot of videos that I talk about some of this. A lot of videos which I will be speaking about this weekend. And they're all on YouTube. So please subscribe to my YouTube account. There's my YouTube account down there. Subscribe to my YouTube account. They buy it from the credit companies. They go to Equifax and say, I'll buy it from you. Or they go to MasterCard Visa and say, I'll buy the data from you. It's Facebook. They have lots of money and they say, sure, I'll sell it to you. Yes, I'll sell you location data. Yes, I'll sell you all this data. So this is the one that's one of my videos talking about some of this. Do you know that your contact lists are being sold? Did you know that your contact lists are being sold? Do you understand what that means when your contact list is being sold? That means that they can draw what is called a relationship map. They know who's connected to who. All of your connections, from the furthest one to the closest one, connections in business, connections in personal life, in your personal life, connections in your social life, connections with family. They actually know all that. They have a map of this, and they can actually then say, okay, you're connected to this person, and therefore we can identify you directly. Crowd verified identity. So we can now see, what are they buying? What are you buying? They all live in the same area, and all demographics and all that information. Michelle, I just told you, if you use some of the apps that in question, they're selling your medical data, and it's ending up in Facebook. This was just in the news today. It's just so sucked up. I mean, it's kind of incredible that medical data now, not all contacts are friends. It doesn't matter. The contacts are connections. Do you have a connection with them? And how frequently you connect with them then says if they're just merely contacts or friends. And they now understand the connection because they see how often you talk to each other. And then here's how it is, Puzzles. They do, if you have a contact list and somebody else on Facebook has a contact list and 100 other people have contact lists, all they have to do now is compare the contact list and see if there are intersections of contacts, and those intersections of contacts will usually indicate if you're connected by family or work. Do you understand that? Okay, it's simple data mining kind of thing. Okay, you take everyone's contact and say, okay, how are we connected here? Do they have the same email address? Do they have the same location? They're all bad, daddy. I have a slight preference for iOS, but I'm not going to push you either way. It's a little safer on iOS. Or I will not answer that, daddy, unless you follow my YouTube account. Subscribe to my YouTube, then you'll get more answers. Maybe I'll make a video for you. Okay, so if you understand what I'm talking about, and you understand that a corporate IT department doesn't care about anything I'm talking about, this is none of their fucking concern. They don't concern if any third party is stealing your data. They don't have any concern that they can read your HTTPS traffic. They don't have any concern that your HTTPS traffic may be taken by the antivirus and sent to Czechoslovakia and AVG or Kaspersky in Russia. They don't care about that. They don't care about that. So I am the only one here, sitting here and teaching you and saying, no one else on the internet says, who is around here protecting my privacy as a person? And I got a comment today from somebody, and it was very, very interesting comment. If your tax prep company sends you files by email, you need EDU about data privacy. Zuck. It's tax season coming up soon, and here we are. Yes, we got the same, can you imagine the harvesting of tax returns? It's so easy to do because nobody's concerned about privacy, how easily they can harvest your tax returns from your emails that are being sent to and from your accountant with your social security number on it. Zuck. Hold on a second. We got, hold on. We got a problem here. Hold on, I have to do a text. We got a problem here. Okay. Anyway, back to what I'm talking about. So it's no one is around to fight for you, because when somebody talks about cybersecurity, they're not really concerning themselves with personal privacy. None of this are issues for personal privacy. They're talking about hold on, just responding to text here. Sorry, I had a gig comment here, and I had to respond. There's probably an entire department at the NDA just for So the National Stocking Agency shouldn't be concerned with me, because my concern is very simple. I just want to protect average and everyday people from invasions on our privacy. Average everyday people. I just told you about what happened in Facebook, and yet the people are responding and saying, I don't really care about that. I just told you that your VPN could read your not your VPN, your antivirus, if you're using one of the more paid antivirus. They're scanning your HTTPS traffic and saying, I can read your username and password. I can see your bank balance. I can see your bank account number. And then you wonder why you're getting identity theft. And then this is the solution that the average person hears. What is the solution to identity theft, people? I want to ask you, people who, what's the solution to identity theft? What is the general impression of the solution to identity theft? Who cares, Spitfire? Don't care. What is the solution to identity theft? Well, Nancy, you don't do online banking? I do online banking. But what is the solution to identity theft? If you don't have kids and don't want creepy people to know where and when the kids are located, you need education about photoexif data. So the answer that this is the fake news and the way to milk you for more data. The answer to identity theft, people, according to Symantec, is for you to subscribe to LifeLock. Anybody heard of LifeLock? That's your answer to identity theft. LifeLock. silence. Sorry, I'm getting distracted here because there's a scheduling problem here for tomorrow. Okay. LifeLock. So what the Zuck is supposed to happen when you have LifeLock? Well, you pay LifeLock your monthly fee. Give LifeLock your monthly fee, and supposedly they monitor your credit reports for this monthly fee. I don't know. I don't know. Nancy, what is LifeLock supposed to do? Can LifeLock protect you from being hacked? Can LifeLock protect your somebody from taking your credentials into a phishing attack? Can LifeLock stop somebody from reading your HTTPS traffic? Can LifeLock stop a virus from having it go into your computer? Can LifeLock stop Facebook from stealing your data and spreading it everywhere? What does LifeLock do? LifeLock is for you to pay money to LifeLock for so much a month, so they make the money, and with you thinking that if something happens to my identity, then they will take care of you. Okay, what the fuck do they do to take care of you? Okay, are they an insurance company? I mean, if somebody steals data from your credit card and they take money, you don't pay anyway. You say to the credit card company, I dispute the charges. Done. Why do I need to pay somebody to dispute the charge? I just call up the credit card company and say, those are not my charges. End of story. Somebody stole my social security number. End of story. Okay? They get paid for that and you get nothing. The real solution, guys, to identity theft is personal privacy, exactly what I talk about here. Protecting yourself up front from all the problems on the internet, that is the solution. There is no other solution to identity theft. They're lying to you. They're lying to you. There's nothing they can do. Hello, Kiko Blue. So Kiko Blue and Nancy J and everyone else, please subscribe to my YouTube account, Rob Braxman Tech, right there, so you can watch my videos, which talks about these same topics I'm talking about. Subscribe to my YouTube account right there, and you get access to my videos. Drought, oh my gosh, Drought forgot about me already. Drought doesn't like me anymore. Drought even ignored my Twitter message. Zuck. Drought says, I don't really want to talk to you. Kiko, thank you, Kiko Blue. Thank you, Belf. So Drought says, I don't really want to talk to you about this cyber whatever business. I'll just use LifeLock. Drought says, I don't need to know all this. LifeLock will give me all the answers. That's all I need. LifeLock will save the day, and I don't need to do anything else. So is that what you want to do, guys? Use LifeLock? I don't know what LifeLock is going to do. The only way to protect yourself is active protection. Zuck. Drought, you don't even talk to me. I even sent you a DM, which I hardly ever do. I sent you a DM on Twitter, and you still didn't respond to me. Suck. Drought doesn't like me anymore. Anyway, so the only answer to solving the difficulties of the internet that we face every day is to listen to me and listen to what I talk about, because the only way to save yourself, including you, Drought, the only way to save yourself from the dangers of the internet is to be proactive and follow the advice that I give you. You're not going to be saved by something like LifeLock and say, all I have to do is be passive. I just have to have passive participation on the internet. You don't need to respond to it tomorrow, Drought. Just follow my YouTube right now. Just go to my YouTube account and hit subscribe. That's all you have to do, Drought. Then you can watch my videos on YouTube. because I'm moving a lot of content to YouTube. So a lot of my content is on YouTube, guys. So if you don't subscribe, you're not going to see a lot of the topics I talked about. There are 3 videos I put in there this week. This week I put 3 videos. I have a lot of videos there. Must have been 50 videos in the last month. Maybe 70 videos. I don't know. I'm putting out a video almost every day. So I'm putting lots of videos out there, and it's all, hey Rob, you saw your scope and jump on YouTube live to follow. My scope is Bernie. Okay, Bernie. Thank you, and I hope you're following that or subscribe to that YouTube account. Thank you. So we'll check it out. Okay, thank you, Nancy J. Please check out my YouTube account and subscribe to that. You will benefit. This is not for me; it's for you. Okay. Wow, that's a lot I've been missing out on. Yes, Drought, because I'm changing the way I'm doing things. Thank you, BH Bernie. I've changed the way I do things because I want to make sure. I want to make sure that I don't have to keep repeating the message, because all I have to do is say, point you the, you want to learn about an antivirus? Go watch my video. Like Spitfire. Spitfire is still here. He was asking questions about about antivirus. I don't have to repeat it. The full explanation's there. There are 4 videos here on antivirus. 4. There are videos on location, HTTPS, root certificates and all that, and contact lists and Wi-Fi triangulation and so on. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that can help you. So that's been my new approach now, is to focus on Hack 5. Hack 5, now Hack 5 is a little bit different. They're into cybersecurity. They're more Hack 5 is like penetration testers. So they're there to attack you and test your capability with tools that they made for testing. So that's a bit different. I'm back. CPU froze up on me. What CPU is that? Is that Android CPU or computer CPU? So yeah, I'm different. I'm actually there's are you abandoning Periscope? I am on Periscope, but I am on Periscope right now, but Periscope does not have the access to the videos I'm doing now. So basically, I'm doubling my appearance on the internet with half of it solely on YouTube. Actually, 100% of my traffic is on YouTube, and only 50% of what I do shows up on Periscope. So if you want to learn from me, then you really need to go to the YouTube account, because these short explanations are on YouTube. My videos are very short. They're 6 minutes. 4 to 6 minutes long, and it summarizes the topic, and you don't have to go listen for 2 hours in here. You get the topic, you understand it, and you can ask me the question here and say, I didn't understand that part, or you argue with me and say, I don't believe you, and then we can go address it over here. That's fine. Hello, Jillyscope, how are you? Just try Kali Linux. Why do I need to try it? I have Kali Linux. I have to try it. Do you know how to use Kali Linux 6 Billy, or are you just are you a cracker? Okay, I'm a programmer. I can create some nasty stuff if I wanted to. Okay, hello Jillyscope, how are you? Thank you for being on my scope, Jillyscope. So I'm I'm pretty competent. I'm extremely competent. I'm a programming master. There is nothing I can't do. I program there's probably nothing I can't do, because I've done them all at the highest levels. So I've done every kind of thing from mathematical modeling to encryption to medical systems to everything else you can imagine, between graphics, social media. I've done it all. So trust me when I say yes, I know how to do things. I can't help it. I know it. So sometimes somebody tells me and says, "How do you break into an antivirus?" And in my head it's already working, and I say, "I know how." And there you go. The CIA just confirmed that that's also how. Uh, Having fun always. At the moment, the only one that you need to know is that I have my app Brax.me, which is a social media app that's uh, it's on the App Store as well. Brax.me, which is available to all of you for free, and a large number of people from Periscope are on that. I also have a Catch Man in the Middle app in the App Store, on the Google Play, aside from Brax.me. And I made some other product for other people that are on the App Store that doesn't need to concern you because they don't need to concern anybody else. But I've done other apps on all that, but that's not important right now because back in the old days, a company decided that they wanted to be in the medical business and wanted to sell software for medical. And it was a little company. It was called Siemens. It's a little German company. Siemens? Anyway, this little German company says, yeah, we want to use your software. So they used our software, my software, since I wrote it, put Siemens at the top, and sold it as Siemens. Yeah, they sold that for then. Then at some point they said, we don't really want to be in the software business anymore. So here it is, take it back. And we said, sure. Anyway, my product is well established in the medical market. So there are, I'm sure, tons and tons of, so many thousands of people using my products every day in the medical field. So that's one of them, you know. Some products go way back, you know, were all featured in PC Magazine, PC Week, all that. So I made a lot of stuff. So that's not important right now. Just telling you that I hello Sir Calb. Just videos look good too, very perfect. Drought, you critique me. You critique my stuff, Drought, because I want to improve. You know, I'm not. I barely have 1,057 followers. I need to get to 10,000. I have 32,000 on Periscope. I'm pretty useless to YouTube right now. They look at me and say, "You're only at 1,000 subs." More than that, Kelp. I wrote the articles on many of them. I've written many things that have been posted in many magazines, and I also I did a lot of writing. About several topics, and some of them have appeared not just in computer magazines and computer publications over the years. I don't really collect them anymore, and I don't really care. And my articles have shown up in the New York Times. LA Times, to name some of them. So it's more than the 22 I have. It's 1,057 subscribers is a joke. So I went to I said I went to the YouTube Creator Studio and said, can I sign up for since I have over 1,000 subscribers, can I sign up for the YouTube Creator Studio, which is nearby? And they sent me an email response saying, "Suck you, mother zucker! You need 10,000 subscribers to use the YouTube hello Big Al, to use the YouTube Creator Studio. 10,000 subscribers." So I was zucked. YouTube zucked me and said, "You're nothing. You don't exist here. You are." Do you believe in the future of Android? Yes. Android has a special place because it's open source. Those articles are part of your legacy. It's be good for your grandkids. Thank you, Drought. Maybe my grandkids can learn from that. Yes, Hawaii. Your experience is important for people to know about what you've done in your life and why people should believe in what you say. Yes, the problem is that people like Kelp come in here and think I just spotted out of came out of nowhere, and I'm just on YouTube, and who's this guy that talks about this topic, and why should we believe them? Uh, Suffice it to say, I've had many achievements in my life, and I'm pretty good at what I do. Uh, Bratwurst Power, your comment was considered spam, so it hit it. Are those articles written with the Brax? How might I search to read them? Uh, Kelp farming? No, they are done with my real name. Okay, they're not under the Braxman title. Uh, and Kelp, there's a book too. There's also a book. I co-wrote a book a long time ago, and it was it was even used as a textbook in several universities. Several business classes use it as a textbook. So yeah. So and I was pretty young when those came out. Why won't you let us actually see you? Why won't you let us access them? Because I'm Rob Braxman. Kelp, that's all you need to know. That you could pass for Ken Jeong's older brother. You mean the one that was killed, Drought? Is that the one that was killed? Anyone who knows a German style has certainly done something well, no doubt. Kiko Blue. Uh, no, it doesn't mean that. I could have inherited the German Steinway. You could just have rich relatives, not only for your achievement, but also your values about why personal data. Yeah, one of the that's very important to know about me. The reason that I'm extremely focused on privacy came from my medical knowledge. Uh, uh, some of the topics are of no connection to I did not write about privacy or anything like that. Uh, Kelp, I actually had wrote many things on the internet, and it could fill many books. And it was important that whenever I go on the internet and speak about something that I was a prolific writer. I wrote a lot of things in a lot of places, and it was very important that I did not put an identity to them. So there's probably like 50 different identities depending on what I was writing about. Okay, Kelp. I wrote about many topics, and it's all over the internet, and it's all different topics about different things, and you'd be hard pressed to categorize it as one thing because it was many, and then some of it was taken and put on in the some of it was taken and put into L.A. Times as one of them. I just sent it to a bunch of newspapers and they took it. Okay, I often do that. There's in local papers here in LA, just localized, regional or parts of cities, and I submit articles to them on a regular basis before, and they post it. So aside from the articles I've given to magazines and things. So Tominator, are you already following me on YouTube? Are you subscribed to YouTube already? So make sure you're subscribed to YouTube, folks. The guys are on here because again, there's so much content. And tomorrow I'm going to talk about each and every one of those. I'm going to talk about all of the different issues on what I posted about on YouTube. You're an advocate of assuming opinion. Yes, I am a Hawaii dealer, as you are right now. It's a very good idea. So I had many pen names, and I've always and part of the reason I had to use a pen name was because I was kind of well known in what I do. Everywhere in what I do, I'm fairly well known. I've been doing speeches and medical you know, long time ago. So people would see me in various places doing a speech. So obviously they would know who I am. So I had to make sure that I separate out what I don't want them to know about that has nothing to do with medical. And even in medical, then I kind of hid myself. And so after a while, then people forgot about me, and that was kind of intentional. And I just stuck in the background and just we can see you, hear you. Why not let us read what you've written? Maybe it would enlighten us. No, they're not for topics related to this. They're not connected to this topic. There is a Periscope award show, Zoc. They really need to have a social media award show. They have various ones, which have nothing to do with me. I'll never win an award because my topic is too specialized. Social media is supposed to be feel good, and I don't make you feel good. I make you feel bad. Yes, Hawaii dealer. I studied medicine. Yes. Yes, I studied medicine. Yes, among other things. So that is I never continued with that profession, but I used it for my business to make medical software. But at the time, the medical software business became big, so it was kind of pointless, doing medicine. I just learned of Google Scholar. It's fantastic. I don't know what Google Scholar is, but uh, I don't know if anything Google is going to be good. Does Rob Braxton know MKBHD, the most famous YouTube tech reviewer? No, Tony, I do not know who MKBHD is. Because I'm not. What does a tech reviewer do? That is not my business. I'm not a tech reviewer. He can be the tech reviewer. Is he gonna do what? Review my VPN or what? I don't really care. I'm not in the same line of work. I have a pain in the leg that has. I am not a doctor, Kelp. I told you. I did not finish. I did not finish, but I studied. I did not finish it because I was developing something else. Uh, that was around the time that Siemens, I think, took us under their wing. Uh, we all we all have that pain. Yep, we all have that pain. By the way, sorry guys for having a late start today. I had some bugs that I had to resolve. I had to actually. I had adult beverages and I said I'm ready to broadcast. I'm ready to broadcast, and I started a broadcast, and there was a bug. It's like suck. Then I had to do programming for 15 minutes to see what the suck. Where does this bug come from? Now I just did a quick fix. I got to go back and fix it later on, so it's ready for tomorrow. Cause that zucked me up. Zucked me up, folks. So sorry for having a late start, but that's okay. We're back on track here. Back on track. So anyway, so what I do, guys, is try to differentiate between me and cybersecurity people and other people in tech that talk about cybersecurity, because I'm not focused on that, because the objectives are different between somebody who is focused on personal privacy versus somebody who's into cybersecurity. I'll give you again a clear example of this. Somebody who's in cybersecurity in an enterprise wants to prevent the enterprise from getting viruses. That has really nothing to do with my objective of keeping your personal data private. Because in order for hello Sikio Mofo, in order for a enterprise to protect the enterprise, you have to give up privacy. That's one of the rules. In order for them to protect themselves, they want to expose everything. So if you're going to be in a corporation, there's not going to be any secure software inside the enterprise. They're going to want to make sure they can read everything and record and store the data. Kind of like the equivalent of the NSA. Hello, uh, are you real? That's a. Are you real, Krigor, or is that a bot? So there's a difference. There's a difference with what a cybersecurity guy is focused on. Besides, I don't think there's anyone actually doing what I do. I haven't found one on YouTube. I certainly haven't found one on Periscope. I mean, there's some people who are concerned about cybersecurity in a different way, but no one is really, you know, focused on privacy. For example, Parent Dome here on YouTube, here on Periscope, is concerned about protecting kids, and his focus is completely different. Even though his focus is completely. Have you heard of Damon with Daily Driven Exotics, Alex Choi? No. Are those like tech people? Professor Messer. I don't know. What's a sucking VPN? Are these people like, are they into protecting privacy? Because again, cybersecurity has a different focus. For anybody know about security now? Hey yo, hey yo, hey yo's favorite. Where's some of you? That's your favorite. Maybe not hey yo, but some of you love security now with Leo Laporte and Steve Gibson. Well, I'm going to tell you that if you go to Leo Laporte and Steve Gibson, they're not going to tell you what I talk about. Do you mess with Apple security? You mean, do I try to break it? No, I don't try to break it. I know of some issues with it though. Uh, uh, who asked that question? Was that Tominator? Let me look at the replay here. Okay, Tominator. I'm going to ask you just to theorize so you understand where I come from. Here's an iPhone, right? I got an iPhone right here. Okay, let's say this is Jeff Bezos' iPhone. How do I attack this iPhone? This is in my Jeff Bezos video, by the way. There's a video talking about what I'm going to talk about. How do I attack this phone? How do you think I'm going to attack this phone, Tominator? You see, some of you will say, well, okay, then you got to hack the phone on this. This is pretty hard to hack, guys. In order to hack this phone, you have to actually take physical possession of it. You have to hold, well, you could do that, hey? You have to have physical possession of this to hack this. So, therefore, let's say I wanted to do a hack on Bezos. Okay? How do I do it? Well, I told you I'm not going to hack Bezos because there's too many people watching him. So you hack Sanchez. How do you hack Sanchez? Because she's got an iPhone too, let's say. Very easy. You send a phishing attack on the phone. Or, no, I don't even use the phone. I find out that she's using a Mac, let's say. Let's say she's using a Mac. No. That's too complex. No. Hey, too complex, okay? It's very simple. If you want to hack messages from this phone, I don't have to hack this phone. I have to hack the Mac. Jeff Bezos was having an affair with Sanchez. And that's why he's getting a divorce. Okay, so I attack the Mac. How do I attack the Mac? Phishing attack. So if I can attack the Mac and have a phishing attack, and then I can get into the Mac. Guess what's on the Mac? Guess what's on the Mac, hey? All of your iPhone messages are in a folder on the Mac. No, that's not correct, Cal. He admits he does not admit to that. Yes, of course, Terminator. So if you can inject a virus into the Mac that can have access to the folders, I can tell you exactly where the folder is that they keep your iMessages, and it's there unencrypted. Unencrypted. But most people have it on by default. Having fun always. By default, it's on. You have to actually turn it off physically if you listen to me. But most of you leave it on because it's the default. So then when you go into that folder into the Mac, then you can find all the messages. So that's where I would hack first. If I have physical access to the Mac, which is a little easier than, let's say I'm a cleaning lady over at Sanchez's house, okay? No, no great hair guy. That's not true. They don't know. They're all theorizing, and they have to go to court to go prove it. Do someone? No, you can't tell if there's a Trojan horse. You can't tell if there's a miss on. How does the world does not have because he's too trusting because he doesn't care about privacy. He doesn't listen to me. I'm telling you, corporate security is different from personal privacy. Corporate security is a completely different concept from personal privacy. What you do for corporate security is not the same as personal privacy. So if you believe and trust in all of these devices blindly without thinking about what people are doing to your data, then you're sucked. Do you know you redacted a message, Hawaii dealer? Do you know that your phone tracks your location several thousand times a day, apparently? Okay? So I told you many theories. Watch my video, Kelp. I already gave I don't know, 10 theories in there. There's so many. How can you tell you have a Trojan horse without security? That's pretty hard to do, Terminator. So in the absence of proof, if I see my hard disk working when I'm not using it, even though it's just a Microsoft update, I get really concerned, and that said, time to reinstall the OS. My attitude is you can SS7 if you have the connection with a phone company. That's not you have to have insider contact for SS7. A standard hacker doesn't have access to SS7. You can't do that, great hair guy. You gotta use a phone without Wi-Fi. So one of the things I'll recommend to you is, what phones to use that don't have Wi-Fi. So that if you want to be safe, take a phone without Wi-Fi when you're going somewhere. I wonder if the wife has suspicions and she hired someone to find out. Maybe. I don't know. But that's why they track. Yes, of course they track iPhones. Well, monthly maybe a bit too much. Livendi, that's a lot of work. Scared my friend with Braxme Geo. Thank you, hey. So, see, you're going to learn a lot from my YouTube guys, or just got in his phone. No, I'm telling you, it's very hard to get into the phone directly without taking physical possession of it and then rooting it. In order to hack a phone, you have to root it, and that's discoverable. Aside from the fact that it's short term, it's better to do a side channel attack. How can I get him to track my phone? So yes, Jeff Swipe could have done that, but that's could have tracked, but not to hack. You mean Jeff's wife hacked? Yeah, physical access to the phone, that would have been detected. They did not detect anyone hacking the phone because you can easily see that. Because kelp farming, nobody listens to me. If you sit here and listen to me and listen to what I'm talking about, then you start to become aware that privacy in it is an issue. Can you imagine the richest person on earth is not aware of privacy issues, and there's so much trusting of these devices that he would put Amazon Echo in the world and spy on everyone else, and then now he's hacked? I wonder if he has Amazon Echo running in his own house. Right? Isn't that a question we should ask? Do you have Amazon Echo? The detective had a multi-billion-dollar reason to find out. Have you ever had getting a virus on an iPhone? No, Terminator. But you can get. It's very easy to put a remote access Trojan on your phone. Very easy. Legit. They sell legit remote access Trojans in the App Store. Legit. Okay, so if I get access to your phone, you may not notice it. I can put the app on the phone, put it in some obscure corner, and then I have a remote access Trojan in here. Let me just explain what the remote access Trojan can do. Remote access Trojan can have unattended operation of your device, which means I can turn on the phone, I can turn on the camera, I can scan the messages. Basically, I can use it like you're using it. I can go to camera and photos, take a photo. I can do all of that. I can go run an app. I can go do all that. But the problem is, in order for somebody to install that kind of malware on it's not malware because it's legit, but a remote access Trojan to install on a phone requires that you have the password. There's many apps, Terminator. The one company that installs one for you from a corporate side is Log Me In. Yes, I saw the 60 Minutes before. Ted Lieu is my representative. He's the representative of my district. With all these celebrities' phone breaches, there's a flurry of cybersecurity protections, unless they do calculated leaks. And the thing is that based on what I teach here, if you understand how you can hack these, that sometimes the problem isn't here. This has a lot of problems. Okay, this device, for example, as I've mentioned many, many times, is tracking your activity constantly. So even all the apps that you use are actually recording things like your locations. The ad companies, because Hey mentioned this, the ad companies that run on your phone are actually spyware. So there's already an aggregator attached to many, many of these free apps. So any app that has an ad is suspect. So a lot of these game things and a lot of these free things, one of the worst ones is the Weather Channel. Do you have a Weather Channel app? Delete the sucker. Do you have a Facebook app? Delete the sucker. These things are really, really bad on a device. Okay? They sell it, Terminator. They sell it. Can you imagine this one app? There's a one app. The one app is sold by on iOS. The one app is a VPN. And guess who offers a VPN, guys? Facebook. So Facebook offered a VPN on the App Store. And I already told you about the evils of Facebook. They will collect data any way they want. I mean, they're just, this. At some point, Facebook is going to go down with so many lawsuits. They're just going to go down. They're just going to go down because there's so many, because what they're doing. I told you, do you have a tattoo drought? Do you have a tattoo drought? All apps now have ads, even Pandora has ads. Well, all of these ads track you because they are the same ad tracking company. And they have access to location. If the app is given location rights, they take the location and then dump it on the site. And they don't even take the location settings from the app. There's a separate setting for them. I have, so drought. Did you take a picture of it, drought? Because that's part of the Facebook tattoo database. If someone ever took a picture of your tattoo and put it on Facebook, you are zucked. And how do I know that? What the zuck drought? I don't know if you have a tattoo. I'm just saying if you have one, that is now in the Facebook database. Yeah, they're now, because Facebook tracks tattoos. They have a tattoo database. It's sucked up. Tattoo recognition database. And it's like, what about Yo Pickles? What about Yo Pickles? Yo Pickles must have massive part of that database. What will people do to fill the vacuum with face space go down? It's Zuck is just unrelenting. By the way, Google's kind of scaling back. Google's not being so extreme because they're concerned. Google's scaling back their tracking. Google's scaling back their tracking and in essence preserving their monetization for the future uh, so that they don't get hit by this. Facebook just keeps pushing. Zuck just keeps pushing and pushing and pushing, and and uh, and they're going to get into so many lawsuits and so on. The business is going to go down. Not my pickle. Yo Pickles. Do you know who Yo Pickles is? Yo Pickles is a popular scoper on Periscope. So yes, if you do a tat on your dick pic and then you upload it to a private message on Zuckbook, you're zucked. Europe will do some real damage to Zuck. There'll be a lot of damage to Zuck at the rate he's going because he can't stop himself. He can't stop himself. I told you I just told you earlier. Can you believe he's collecting health data? Your blood pressure, your cholesterol level, your heart rate. I mean, what the Zuck? Why are you doing that? And then on top of it, every disease that you talk about on Zuckbook, and you go into some part of Zuckbook and you talk about a disease, never heard of the guy, and I don't take those kinds. It's not a guy drought. It's a woman, Yo Pickles. Go search Yo Pickles here in Periscope. She's very popular. China and Japan. China has its own version, but they already spied on by the government, so the government's doing it. And Russia, of course, is VK. Do they view this spyware as a problem? Do they view the spyware as a problem? Spyware is one of the most deadliest things you can put on any device. It's the most worrisome to me because you can't actually detect one. Okay? You can't detect one. Opt out of what, hey? You can't opt out of... I don't know about the Japanese. Aren't they just on Facebook? The Japanese are probably just on Facebook. I think that one of the biggest users of Facebook are actually Germans. In terms of percentage of the population using Facebook, the highest percentage of the population using Facebook is Germany. Too many things to opt out of. I read some of the Japanese papers, and they don't seem to think of it as the same as in the West. Well, I don't know anything about that, so I don't have an answer for you. So I read Zuckbook was actually given to, don't type that here, Nano. Zucking IA. Zucking IA. Zucking IA Nano. Okay, so just so you understand, the Google was funded by three-letter agencies. Okay, Google was funded by three-letter agencies. Okay? So, keyword. When you refer to it as spyware, it puts it in place. Most people don't call it that. A rat or remote access Trojan is the most invasive form of spyware. And yes, you can put one on your device. Hello, Diane. How are you, Diane? And you can put one on your device. Okay, you can put one on your device. So spyware can be loaded. However, it's not loadable unless they know your iCloud, your store credentials. So they'd have to hack that first. I will be good if you protect me. You're already following me on YouTube, right, Diane? Are you already following me on subscribe to my YouTube account? I think you are. I think you said you were. Is that true, Diane? Are you already on YouTube? If so, then join Brax at me as well, so you can see the rest of the folks. Bag of donuts from Jersey. Need a mobile prophylactic. Yeah, it's called using a different phone. Leave the smartphone at home. This is probably best just used at home and then not taken out, but we can't live without it. So this is the problem. They built a dependence on this, and now I don't want to pay. Brax is free, Diane. There's no Brax is free. Everyone's on Brax. There's 7,000 people from Periscope on Brax. It's free. I'm sticking with my rotary dial. Yeah, can you do LTE with that? Crap, I'm still on MySpace. We're all still on MySpace. It's funny about MySpace because they don't allow you to delete. If you say delete my account, they never delete it. What do you think of the new Samsung foldable Galaxy for? Uh, is it only 1,800? I thought was it only 1,800 for the new foldable phone from Samsung? It's like what the fuck? That's a full computer. Time for a new phone. This is an iPhone 10, and I don't have any reason to replace it right now. It's. I don't know how they can justify for me changing this to a new phone. 1980. That's how much it costs for new Samsung. Can you believe that? Zuck. That's expensive phone. Yep, that's expensive. So I don't know. I mean, I paid like as it is, I paid like 1,200-1,300 bucks for this, and and do I really need to spend 1,200-1,300 bucks on this? You're a developer, so you need the new phones. If they yes, only if they change the screen display. If there's something new, I have no choice. I have to buy it. Why should I have to opt out of what you never opted for in the first place? Yeah, but I don't need the new XS XR. They're what's that going to do for me? What's the utility of a folding phone that they can? The utility of a folding phone is a tablet versus a phone. So sometimes you want a tablet, and I didn't, and I'm a fan. Yeah. So, and you're a fan. You're a Samsung fan. You did, but in the 50th page of the document. RR3 squared plus. I don't know what that means, hey. I wish you go watch me on YouTube, guys. I mean, I don't know why you're watching me on Periscope instead of YouTube. My 7 Plus still fills my needs. 7 Plus is pretty good. Yeah, what's my phone? Is that the model number? Yeah, I don't know. I can't believe you don't have it in the protect. It has a protective thing. You see that glass thing there, Nano? I love the glass, right? So I just put a rubber. What do you call this? Bump thing. So all I did was put a rubber bump thing around it, and that seems to be good. Injectable phone. They did it in Wisconsin already. They're using it with inject you with a SSID or with a RFID. You see the battery pack for that Zucca. For which one? The Android? For the Android? Terrible. So yeah, in fact, as it is, I'm already concerned about this device, as far as what it does. But the good news is Tim Cook is actually quite concerned about internet privacy and data privacy. And I dropped it today. I dropped it today, and as you can see, not a scratch on it. I did drop it today. So nothing happened to it. Aren't they using vibration to your jawbone for phones already? Don't know actually. You mean with the ear one? I don't know. Is that what they're using now? See, I'm not tracking those kinds of hardware things because they don't concern me. So So I probably should research that so I understand how that works. So anyway, this deadly thing, could be worse. But Tim Cook actually uh, is fighting Facebook and Google about data privacy. So it actually took one of the certificates out of Facebook. Apple actually said, we're not going to do, we're not going to allow you, Facebook, to come in here and do this. So we're going to chop off your certificate and not allow you to have your SSL certificate on this phone. Overnight, then the people at Facebook couldn't use their iPhone. Though that must have made Zuck mad. That must have made Zuck mad, because they can do that to each other. These guys just manipulate certificates. That's how Google shut down Symantec. Google shut down Symantec. Symantec was found to be creating fake certificates on the internet. And some of them were Google.com fake certificates being made by the Symantec Certificate Authority. And then Google said, "Zuck you, mother zuckers. We're going to shut down Symantec from the Chrome browser." And then Symantec said, "Zuck you." And then it went to court, and then anyway, it got settled this way. Symantec got out of the cert business, the certificate business. They sold it to DigiCert, so DigiCert can now take over that. Symantec got a couple billion out of it, or whatever, $1 billion or so. And they said, well, okay, we're no longer in the certificate business, and we made money, so it's a good thing. The reality is they lost a big business because of their stupid illegal activities. Illegal activities. This happened in 2017, and then it took a year for the certificates to expire. They expired the certificates from Symantec and VeriSign in October 2018, so just a few months ago. So they allowed them to persist for a year because many people already still had certificates. They had to let the certificates expire because they were still out in the wild. And then Chrome said, okay, as of October 18, we no longer recognize Symantec. Pow, gone. Everyone had to change. I am YouTube now. I think I joined wrong broadcast by mistake. Which broadcast was that? Which broadcast did you join? Who else could be broadcasting what I'm broadcasting? Suck. Did you subscribe to the wrong account too? I can't be, because you've been leaving me messages here. So anyway, anybody here who hasn't subscribed to my YouTube account, please do so. Last one. Subscribe to my YouTube account, because a lot of what I talk about, Symantec started with a government grant. Phones implanted in brains coming soon. Helen, are you subscribed to my YouTube account? Please make sure you're, I have to always find every, one of my old friends here, because many of you don't know that, 50% of what I do is now on YouTube. And then you're not actually seeing my content, because 50% of please make sure that you go to YouTube, because like I said, 50% I put out videos all week. So I have 50 videos that I've done and talk about the topics here, but in short form, plus all of the I've attached to eyes coming soon. Attached to eyes coming soon. Brax.me was started from a grant by Zuck. Brax.me was funded by no one else but me. Brax.me doesn't make any money, but hopefully you guys will support the what I do, and that's all I can hope for. Wrong broadcast referring to the first start tonight or at 8 p.m. You missed the dancing girls, kinda. Well, we don't need them on Periscope. Periscope already has 4,200 viewers already. I already did my, I already did my, what do you call this? My squash. The squash already came in here. So I need to just focus on actually getting my actual friends to watch and learn from me. I have so many videos. I'm going to be talking about my topics tomorrow. We like the Raspberry Pi and Bytes VPN. Hope that helps. I will make videos on Bytes VPN and Raspberry Pi eventually. I'm not doing that yet because I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just trying to make sure that I get my following in there. So which is why I'm not really, if you notice, I'm not really pushing anything, directly on there on the platform on YouTube or in Brax. So I'm more interested in helping everyone learn and create this, privacy army, people concerned about this, because this is not the same concept as cybersecurity. It's like cybersecurity plus one. It's like, or if you want to, cybersecurity and privacy are related in the sense that you're protecting against certain attacks, but certain attacks do not concern cybersecurity, but concerns us in privacy. You need an assistant with Bob's. Somebody called me Bob, so I guess I'm a Bob. Do I need any more than that? Somebody already called me a Bob. Did you hear about Palantir providing info to IRS to find leakers? Post that on Brack somewhere. Are there any books out there that folks can read as well? Big Al, watch my videos. It will be more satisfying than reading some wrong book. Yes, there are several books out there. The books that, which is kind of a repeat of what I say here. The books that you read is, hello, Rich, it's me. The book is by Bruce Schneier. I forget, he has two books, or he's kind of an educator. He's a professor now somewhere. Harvard? I forget where. Bruce Schneier. I follow him on, he wrote one of the encryption methods. He has a blog. I'm on his blog, the Bruce Schneier blog. I'm on his blog. And, of course, he's in cybersecurity. Ask me on Brax. I don't recall the name of the book, but if you want to search for Bruce Schneier, you'll find his book. He has a new one on IoT devices and an old one on privacy from 2012, 13, something like that. His stuff is Bruce Schneier is spelled SCHNE SCHNEIR Schneier. SCHNEIER, something like that. The book in cybersecurity, not Schneider, Schneier. Take off the last DE. He's not Schneider, it's Schneier. Schneider without the DE at the end. He actually. So if I read his book and it's pretty much what I say. Sorry, I asked. It's pretty much what I say. So some of it's not up to date. Some of the stuff he talks about with location tracking is not up to date. So no such thing as privacy. Well, it doesn't come to you. It doesn't come because you want it. My life in Detroit. Privacy comes because you fight for it. Privacy will not come to you because you say, it's an expectation. There is no expectation of privacy, but you can fight for it, and you can have it with a fight. 23andMe, I got zucked by 23andMe too, Helen. I got zucked by 23andMe. So, little did I know that it was partially owned by Google. Uh, you have to fight for privacy. Privacy doesn't come to you. Don't expect it. Don't expect that you have it. This is the problem with Jeff Bezos. DNA company, hey, DNA company. No, they do your DNA, and then the problem is they collect your data, and now somebody, Schneier, there you go, Neier, Neier. I was 31% Filipino and the rest Russian. And is that real, Devendi, or were you zucked? First of all, there's no Filipino category anyway. It's just Southeast Asian. I don't know where you got the Filipino in there because there's no Filipino. Southeast Asian. Listen to General Rob and join the Privacy Army. Yes. I want to make that distinction. I was zucked. Yeah, I want to make the distinction, guys. I am here to defend the Privacy Army and to bring up the Privacy Army because privacy is not given to you. It's not assumed. No one hands it to you on a plate and say, hey, you have this. No one gives it to you as a constitutional right that says you have privacy. We have none. So if you want it, you got to fight for it. You got to do techniques, and it's not going to be after the fact. You can't go after the fact and say, I can use LifeLock. LifeLock's going to save me. Okay? LifeLock isn't going to save you. You use LifeLock, you will be zucked. Okay? Because they do nothing to prevent. Everything I talk about is preventive. It's how not to get into a problem. It's hard to fix a problem when it's already there. I keep telling you the story. About a friend of mine, who flew to this company in San Francisco for an interview, and I guess I didn't get the actual details, but I presume she was getting an interview for an executive position. Samsung, not a probe. Anyway, she was getting interviewed for executive position. She went to the interview, and the interviewer presented her with her social media record. Said, "This is what we know about you." And she was shocked at what they found. And she doesn't use social media much. And it found everything about her kids, and her sucking family. Side channel attack. Remember that. Family. What was her family doing? Okay? Do you understand how do you protect against that? You may be able to protect yourself, but when they start attaching family stuff because you put it on the sucking internet to make the connection with your contact list and whatever, and suddenly somebody searches the internet and finds all the connections to family members, and they may not all be positive things. We all have some relatives we may not be proud of. I would have freaked out on them. Well, I'm going to tell you, she freaked out. She freaked out. Okay? Because she was like, she's well educated and has advanced degrees, and her husband is well educated and is a doctor, and they're very, very successful family. They make a lot of money. And but she comes from a poor family. I don't know if she was offered a job. That's why he divorced my family. Well, I don't know if she was offered a job. Maybe they looked at her, and said, well, you have a poor family. Maybe they'll, blackmail you. Maybe the poor family will blackmail you and say, well, We need some inside information from your investment company, because you're applying for an executive position. So you see what the problem is? So what do you do now? So she said, I want to hire you to go clean up my records. I want to hire you to fix my stuff on the internet. I'll pay you money, fix it. Fix it. Whatever it takes. And my response is, I can't fix the fucking internet for you. Really, Zuck? Zuck, drought? Really, Zuck? I mean, drought. I can't fix... See, you have to learn from me before it happens. Sure, because the wealthy never do anything wrong. Well, she's not, she did not start wealthy. She just, became successful. They work hard. They're good people, and they're good people, and they work hard, and they do good things. And but what about your relatives? So the moment you start, and this is what actually happened. I'm going to tell you the exact details here, so you see how interesting this is. The daughter was in the school. The daughter was prevented privacy. Yes, the daughter was in the school, and the teacher in, I believe, 7th grade. So they were like 14 or 13, 14, something like that. 13, I think. So at the age of 13, the daughter was told, as part of a school project, to make a Zucking website. And the website was to tell us about your family. That was the website. Tell us about your family. So they went to one of these companies that host websites. I forget, like a Wix, one of those. Okay, so they went to the company that hosted websites, say, tell us about your family. So all of the students went into the website, created an account, and then made a website that says, this is my family. This kid now started to write about her family, and it is in so much detail. It included their birth dates, their address, and all the names of the relatives. Let me repeat that. Their birth dates, their address, all the names of the relatives, all of their real names, all of their birth dates were all in this article. This is a kid. The kid doesn't know. Then you post that on the internet. Then this was 6 years ago, 7 years ago. Okay, this kid is going to college soon. Okay, so she's graduating now from high school, will be in college. So that was 6 years ago. She doesn't know what the password is. So she doesn't know how to access that account to go delete whatever she posted on the Zucky internet that is now recorded on, guess what? The Wayback Machine, which is owned by Google. So even if you deleted it, it's on the Wayback Machine. So the Wayback Machine has a copy of that website. How are you going to delete it from the Wayback Machine now? So the copy of the website is permanently there. And then even if she managed to delete the website, it's going to be found on the Wayback Machine. And then what? The detail on there connected their family to their address, to their birth dates, to all of their credit records, because the birth date is there, to all of their relatives. Yes, Google owns archive.org, or the old Wayback Machine. I forgot the new name. It's archive.org. This is what happens when you say, I'm going to do things on my own. I'm not going to listen to this guy, Rob, versus the reverse, which is I'm telling you that the only way to protect your privacy is to take a hold of it and control it now, because it will impact you. It will impact your family forever. Waffle Boy. It will impact your family forever. What you do, what your family does. So if there's no connection between what you do on the internet and what your family does, then you're at least better off. The moment there's a connection made, you're zucked. Because now you got to watch out not just for yourself, but what your family does. Imagine Billy Carter and in President Carter. Remember Billy Bob, drunken Billy with his beer. Remember, President Carter with his brother Billy, who's just an embarrassment. Didn't impact Trump or Clinton. You're still zucking putting comments on YouTube on your Periscope stream. Dang it! You're still putting comments on YouTube on your Periscope streams. Dang it, Omar. Do you want me to put Periscope comments on the screen too? Your comments are not on the screen, Omar. So what are you complaining about? I didn't put Jimmy Carter was a huge embarrassment. Well, Billy Carter was quite an embarrassment. Billy Beer, yes. Billy Beer. So, I wish I would have met you when I first started online. Could have saved myself some headaches. Drought, you mean you actually like to listen to me, not just from my music? Why can't YouTube people see our comment from Periscope? I may do that soon, Omar, but I'm like, I had problems doing it, and I just for consistency here, so I don't break the system. I'm trying to keep the changes simplified. So, yeah, Peanut Farmer Billy, yes, new California laws coming up. Yes, the California laws are made to what? Protect the tech companies. The tech companies agreed to the law so they can protect themselves. They're not made for you. I'm always worried about who the laws are for. The laws are there so that you don't ask for more. I haven't read what they propose with these laws, but in California with privacy laws, but they're not as detailed as saying GDPR. Now every now and then you say something that sounds better than your piano playing. Every now and then. Drought. Just every now and then. Have you followed me on YouTube yet, Drought? The laws are there so people don't ask for more. That is the way it is. Aren't you allowing guest live so your audience actually gets to interact with them? No, Ben Omar. No. Why? That's not my format. If you're in here for social purposes, that's not my format. For some people, that's good format. It's excellent thing if you're doing interviews. Doesn't apply to me though. Doesn't apply to me. I'd rather just have your questions and I present it. You followed me on YouTube, so you're not allowing new updates. On my phone. I should have the latest one. Yeah. He's always like, Omar, you're so loyal to Periscope. You're like here. Are you part of the Periscope police? Are you part of the Periscope police? You're actually looking here and see, and I got to check and see if I have the latest. I believe, I just let it update, so whatever the latest is, I have. I'm not specifically searching for it. If you have the latest update, guest live, I don't need to use it. It doesn't work when I can do that with OBS. I'm using OBS. Okay, I'm not using my phone. I'm not using the app. Do you think U.S. government live spying through all devices? Yes, Trucker Life 5. I talked about that already. That is being done through 8 AT&T peering stations all over the country. And the peering stations are trunks of the internet, and the AT&T stations have search criteria, and then they're sending your live data to Utah, to the Utah data center, Trucker Live. Yes, so that you are correct. So if you would follow me on YouTube, you may learn some of this, because I have videos. I haven't made a video about this specific one, but I've talked about it in many live things, Trucker Live. It's on many of my live broadcasts that I made this reference, but it was in an old broadcast where I actually showed where this 8 peering stations are and exactly what they track. That's actually from a article written by The Intercept. So they actually had some pictures of it, and they interviewed some of the people. Art was collecting. iArt was collecting in 1994. You iArt. I know AT&T. Yeah, I know AT&T. Yeah. So that was so no, they were collecting before 1994. No, that's not correct. The internet. That makes sense. Yeah, they would have collected since the beginning of the internet, because they would have been the main trunk of the internet in 1994. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes complete sense. Use ZocBook Live. It's way interactive than YouTube Live. Omar, why don't you use ZocBook Live? I don't want to be zocked, so I'm not going to use ZocBook Live. Okay? YouTube doesn't insult my intelligence and spy on me in the way that Facebook does. So I'm satisfied that YouTube doesn't abuse my data. It doesn't abuse yours either. Just to give you an example of the kind of difference in values. If you subscribe to me on YouTube, thank you, Trucker Life. Thank you for inviting. Make sure you follow me on YouTube. If you subscribe to me on YouTube and you hide your preference for Sego is your friend, if you hide your subscription status, like who you're subscribed to, I don't even know who subscribes to me. I don't even know who subscribes to me. That's how much they respect, your privacy for change. It's really it's kind of delightful to see, that Google decided to pull back a little bit. I hardly ever have anything to say about Google, anything positive to say, because they still own Jigsaw. But they're like saying, we're going to get our butts kicked if we don't respect some of these things, because it's going to get so abusive and our business model is going to zuck. ZocBook doesn't know about this. So I think ZocBook is going to get zucked. I'm telling you, I can already predict it. ZocBook is going to get so zucked, and then, and Google is setting a line. They're read my top comment, scroll up on does that mean I'll be zucked by marketers watching me behind ZocBook getting my privacy? How would I be zucked using Facebook? Omar, I have a video that talks about that. Okay, do I really have to repeat? I have several videos on it. Okay, so I'll just tell you. Okay, Omar, just for fun, I'm going to repeat what I said in this broadcast at the beginning. These are the new things they have done. These are the new things they have done for you. Google's not your friend. No, they're not your friend, but at least, they know not to abuse. For now. In some companies. Very restrictive here. They have not abused YouTube. They may have abused the Google Ads and all that. YouTube, they have not abused. Okay? Wrong, Omar. You are quite wrong. Okay. Omar is so wrong. It's just, I don't know what to tell you. The data is, hello, open source. Omar, your data on Facebook is on the following databases now: Intellius, Axiom, People Finders, BeenVerified.com. Who else am I missing? Spokio. Okay. There's where your Facebook data is. And you say, well, it's not leaking. Wrong. Good luck with that. Good luck with that. So today, I just told you about what Facebook is tracking now. So they just started. They were caught in the press. This was reported today in the press. Ben Omar today. Got reported in the press today. Okay. Sent to me by no other than Ron Waxman. Okay? Your medical data No, no, I was zucked already, but I'm not as zucked as you are because I deleted all my content long, long ago. I haven't been on Facebook since 2012. Okay, the last time I was on Facebook was 2012 with real data. So I found out today that your medical data from all of the apps that you use, heart rate and this and that, and some of this, all of the data from all the apps are actually being captured and sold or given to Facebook. On top of the fact that Facebook is buying up your credit card data, Ben, Omar. Your credit card data is being bought by Facebook. I've been clean for 7 years. Okay? And Ben said, oh, that's okay, I'm safe. Your credit information, every time you use a credit card, they're tracking it. Every time you use any zucking website, Omar, any website you go to, Facebook knows about it. Oh, I not zucked up. They know all of that. Every location you've been in, they know that. Did you know that the Facebook app, you cannot turn off the location setting because they do Wi-Fi triangulation on the phone? And even if you turn off the location, they can still track your location constantly? Of course not. So now, Facebook continues to collect the data. Do you know that they have a tattoo database? Do you have a tattoo, Ben? Omar? Yeah, any website you go to, Omar. Omar, do you have a tattoo? Do you have a tattoo, Omar? If you do, have you ever taken a picture of it? So, and has it ever showed up? Okay, has it shown up on Facebook? Has your tattoo ever shown up on Facebook? Okay, well, a Facebook employee told us that there is a tattoo database on Facebook. There is a tattoo database. So Yo Pickles is all over that database. Yo Pickles, every sucking part of her body, is in a database. So all they have to do is identify, I have seen that tattoo somewhere. We look in the Facebook database and there you sucking are. How about when you go to Disneyland or one of those places, some theme park? Okay, not my pickles, your pickles. Let's say you go to a theme park and somebody takes a picture of you of somebody, and you're in the background, Ben, and you're at the Disneyland, and somebody took a picture and they uploaded it to Facebook. Well, Facebook just found out that you're at Disneyland. No, Omar. Unfortunately, the data on Facebook is permanent, but you have to delete your data first. Which will take you a long time. Months. Took me months, and I was in 2012. Okay? So, privacy, it doesn't come to you. Thank you, Trucker Life. You're awesome, Trucker Life. You better follow me on YouTube. How can I delete the data? I need to call Facebook support. No. You don't tell them that you're deleting the data. I need to... I wish I could make a data about Facebook deleting, but you see, the problem is I haven't used Facebook in a while. So I have to set up an account in order to delete it. Which is, do I really want to make a video about Facebook and setting up an account? All government and assimilate. I need to call India support. Why don't you call tech support in India? They will fix your computer. You have a virus on your... Why don't you call Microsoft technical support? Omar, Microsoft, this is Microsoft technical support. You have a virus on your computer. I'll help you if you help me. Sure, on a VM, why not? So, yes, you can call Microsoft technical support and they will fix your computer, Ben. Omar, they will fix your computer. So So anyway, I did have a late start, but I want to make sure that you all follow me on YouTube. They send you a rat for sure. Oh my gosh. They will put a rat in there and say, "We fix your computer, sir. You can pay us $99. You can pay us $99. Apple knows where I am at all times. Zuck, yes, within 6 zucking feet. Apple knows what part of the house I'm in. Or at least where this zucking phone is. It's like, uh, Microsoft technical support. I can't even do it right. Nigerian accent again. I don't know what is the Nigerian. I can't do a Nigerian accent. I gotta think that. So yeah. So is that where you want to go, Mike? So you're Zoc too by Apple, knowing where you are. Same thing for no. Ben Omar, no, that's a whole different thing. The data collected by ZocBook is different than the data collected by this phone. Okay? And data from here hasn't leaked out. The data from Facebook has already leaked out to many players. And if you don't believe me, I've been telling you about the leak on Cambridge Analytica before the election. Okay? Omar, I was talking about Cambridge Analytica stealing data from Facebook before the election, 2 years before they talked about it on the press. Okay, they only talked about it a year ago. Last year was a year for Cambridge Analytica. I was talking about it 2 years before that. 2 years before. So you can see that, if you listened to me 2 years before, then you would have some more tools to protect yourself. But if you're going to say, I'm safe, I'm on ZocBook. Okay, stay on ZocBook and you will be zocked. Use Bytes VPN, yes. Although that's not enough. If you're in ZocBook, Bytes VPN isn't going to help you. Nothing's going to help you if you're in ZocBook. There's no antidote for Zoc. There's no antidote for Zuck, which is me. I hope you're not on Facebook, because there's nothing I can do. You have to do browser isolation and other things. Don't tell doctors anything. Did you know Trucker Life? I know, Trucker Life. Trucker Life. Are you a conspiracy theorist? Trucker Life? Are you a conspiracy theorist, Trucker Life? I'm going to tell you about the truth, though. I have inside information. Okay, Trucker Life. I'm going to tell you inside information, Trucker Life. You see, one of the things I do or did in the past was I'm one of the inventors of. Your wife is Russian. Okay, one of the inventors of Trucker Life. One of the inventors of. I'm one of the inventors of electronic health records. I'm one of the first people to invent electronic health records. She grew up communist. So I'm one of the inventors of electronic health records, Trucker Life. And one of the last things I did in the medical field before I left it was I built a system to collect in real time the data from medical record systems and send that data to the government. In real time. So, if a doctor sees you and they go to their electronic records system and they punch in orders and whatever, I was asked, this is a government contract. I was given a contract by the government to take that data and send it to, this is one of the initial, in fact, it was a pilot program. I was one of the first ones to do it. And so I take the data and I transmit it to a HIE, or otherwise known as a Health Information Exchange. The Health Information Exchange is a centralized database of health records. Okay, centralized database of health records. So I was sending it to the Health Information Exchange. I don't know what the back end is. I'm sending it to Cerner. Cerner ran the health information exchange system that I was dealing with. Okay? Now, this is what's interesting to note here, because he said, don't tell your doctors anything. Okay, so these are legit questions from your doctor. Your doctor will ask you legitimate questions like the following. Do you take drugs? Street drugs? Do you have unprotected sex? Are you a homosexual? On and on and on, okay? Do you smoke? Yes, of course they ask that. But the questions that I'm relating to is how many people in your home is there, and how many adults, how many children, what is the social status, what is your financial status? These are legitimate questions for you asked by your doctor. These are legitimate questions, and there's medical reasons for asking these questions. There are medical reasons for asking this, especially for pediatrics. These are legit questions to see, if the child is being abused and so on. These are legit questions. The problem is this data is being forwarded in real time to the government. Okay? The data that I've just told you about is being forwarded in real time. That's, just this much of it. Okay? That data is being forwarded to the government. The Braxman database will not zuck you because it's encrypted. Ben Mu Omar Braxme is encrypted. Okay? So if you have a private conversation on Braxme, your conversation will remain private because of the encryption. That doesn't matter. That doesn't count. The government says patient private doesn't count if it's handled by people who have authority to handle it. HIPAA laws are not, the way the HIPAA laws are made, they basically said anyone in, a healthcare provider, anyone that's a healthcare provider can, my encryption not a lie. Go test it yourself. Since I use it, it's the only thing I use. You can do end-to-end encryption. I have no way to I can break that. Dr. Touch is fair. Of course not, Omar. What the fuck are you talking about? Is YouTube encrypted? Of course not. There's no platform that's encrypted. None of these platforms are encrypted. Is Facebook encrypted? Of course not. When I built Braxme, I built it for privacy. Now, if you want to, use it like a, like a spy and do all that, that's a much more inconvenient setup. Facebook is definitely encrypted. Omar, wrong. What is a new SSL law? What do you mean by SSL? What does SSL mean nowadays to you? Yahoo Mail, Proton Mail. None of them are. What are they talking about? Email's not encrypted. Who told you that? Neither one. Watch my video. Okay, they're not encrypted. It's part of my video. My gosh. That, if you don't watch my videos, you're not going to learn. So some of these are like repetitive questions that I just say, watch the video. If you have a specific concern, I'm so safe using Facebook. Facebook is safe way to use better to make friends and family. Good luck with that, Omar. Security cat layer is what? Security is cat layer is SSL. What does that mean? I watch it. Watch all the video. For website protection from civil lawsuits, GoDaddy selling it as insurance. I use WhatsApp too. Am I Zuck? Yes, you're. Whoever you talk to on WhatsApp is part of a relationship map that's sent to, especially since you're from Morocco. Ben Omar, you are truly Zucked. There's no SSL anymore, guys.
I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean by SSL? I mean, who uses SSL anymore? I don't even know who uses SSL. Do you mean TLS? TLS. SSL is hackable. Nobody uses SSL anymore. Use SSL, you're going to be marked as... oh, by the way, Facebook bought WhatsApp. Oh, by the way, Omar, your metadata from WhatsApp, when you load in your contact list, your relationship maps are sent to Facebook so that the contact lists are mapped, and then all of your discussions with anybody on WhatsApp are recorded also on the same database so that Facebook knows who you're talking to. Very smart, Ben Omar. Put your family on there. And then have you converse like my brother, who actually sent me a message giving a bank account number on a Facebook message. That's how zucked up that is. No, Diane Johnson, not correct. That is not correct, Diane Johnson. Not on many levels, but that is not correct. I do believe that they will encrypt a single message, but the metadata is not encrypted at all. And they do not encrypt anything. They cannot encrypt a group message. Encryption only occurs on one-to-one. It's the way that works, okay? I have many videos that explain that. It's about asymmetric encryption versus symmetric encryption. I came from Squash. It's gone. Squash has been gone for over an hour. Braxme you can use, yes, it's free for safe messaging. The difference with Braxme and let's say Telegram or WhatsApp is something called group encryption. Braxme does encrypted group messaging. You can actually have a group chat and have it all encrypted. You can't do that with end-to-end encryption. That's not possible on WhatsApp and all that. Can we be zucked by answering the U.S. Census? No, I wouldn't really worry about that U.S. Census. WeChat is the Chinese government watching you. You like that? Oh, the WeChat is being intercepted by the Chinese government. Oh, that's great app. Yes, use WeChat. I don't know people. Snowden recommends only one app, and it's Signal. That's the only one he recommends. And, but that's really, for spy stuff. If you're like, spy level, and you can use the, something as inconvenient to use as Signal. But, that's not really usable for social media kind of stuff, okay? Braxme is beyond just, sending a message, social media. But the whole system is based on privacy and protecting your data. Yes, he said it's the only one he can use. He said it's not perfect, he says, but it's the only one he can use. And I can see that for his purposes, he may want to use that. It's open source, having fun always. Signal is open source, which is the only reason he can make that statement. He says it's not perfect either. And I know it's not perfect because I already told you some of the limitations. Like you can't, as an example, you can't have end-to-end encrypted chat. Okay, in order to have end-to-end encrypted chat, you have to use something called symmetric encryption. And symmetric encryption is not available on Signal. It's available on Brax. Okay, and asymmetric encryption can be hacked using quantum computer, which is one of the reasons I hate using any app that asks for a phone number, including WhatsApp. So one of you, so this is again talking about messaging systems. If you use WhatsApp, Signal, Telegram, Wicker, all of these, they ask for phone number. And what is the result of the phone number? Relationship maps. Relationship maps. So Iris Leaker was using WeChat and got zucked. I don't trust any app that asks for a phone number as your identity. Braxme does not ask for your real identity. Braxme does not ask for your real email. Braxme doesn't ask for anything. Okay? Relationship maps. So that's, contact. Anytime you upload a contact list, anytime you upload a phone number, you're creating a relationship map. So Ben Omar here is particularly, should be sensitive to this. Omar, you should be extremely sensitive to this because of the Middle Eastern connection. Okay, so Ben Omar is from Morocco. So then his relationship maps will show connections with people in Morocco and all that. Yes, you are zucked. If you did, you're zucked. So you're, every time you upload contact lists to WhatsApp and all this relationship maps have been sold to companies like Palantir. Relationship maps sold to Palantir, which says Ben Omar, is connected to the following people, so he must be a zucking terrorist. So you're probably under watch now, Omar, because you're like, you're probably labeled as terrorist right now. Are you a terrorist, Omar? I'll ask you straight up. Are you a terrorist, Omar? Are you a terrorist? Direct question. Answer. Direct question, Omar. Are you a terrorist? Yes or no? No answer from Ben Omar. Come on, Omar. That's a quick yes or no. Are you a terrorist? Yes or no? Of course not. Okay, so then here we go, Omar. It doesn't matter that Morocco is the safest country. It doesn't matter. I know you're in North Africa. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's part of the, the system here. Okay, so now Ben Omar, do you like to be classified as a terrorist? Because just from relationship maps alone, they will classify you as a zucking terrorist. Do you like that? I mean, of all people, the one I would be most concerned about my privacy. Who's they? 3-letter agencies, of course. Ben, you don't think they have access to the social media relationship maps? Correction, Ben Omar. Correction. Your relationship maps that come from the contact list you upload to WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, on and on and on, and all these little things and all the phone numbers in there. All of that is accumulated by a company called Palantir. Palantir. Now you're going to say, what the zuck is Palantir? I've never heard that app. Have you ever heard of that company? It's in Silicon Valley. Okay, Omar, have you ever heard of the company called Palantir? It's called Palantir Technologies. Okay, have you ever heard of that company, Omar? Educating you right now. Have you ever heard of a company called Palantir? Do you know this guy named Peter Thiel? Have you ever heard of Peter Thiel, Omar? He used to be a big buddy, or maybe they're still buddies with Elon Musk. Elon Musk and Peter Thiel. Oh, you don't know Peter Thiel and Elon Musk? Okay, well, Peter Thiel and Elon Musk started PayPal. Peter Thiel and Elon Musk started PayPal, and they invested in Facebook too. And then Peter Thiel said, I'm going to form this new company. Peter Thiel, Thiel, is a very well-known right-wing kind of guy. He's also gay. That's right-wing. And he founded this company called Palantir, which is a mercenary data mining company. It's a mercenary data mining company. What they do is they do research for the zucking government. Okay, and one of the tools they use in the research for the Zucking government is called a relationship map. So if you don't know this, I'm going to tell you this little story. I'm going to tell you the story, Omar, and everybody else listening, because you may not know this, okay? In Chicago and in Los Angeles, Palantir said, we will find out your criminals for you. It's called pre-crime. Have you ever watched that movie, Person of Interest, or TV show? Omar, the TV show Person of Interest, they did that in Los Angeles, where I am, and Chicago. What they did was look at the relationship maps, look at the cameras, a Minority Report as well. They look at the cameras in LA. They captured everyone's license plate to see where everyone's coming and going, looking at social media, capturing all of the leaking stuff that you have on Facebook, all of the traffic that you have on all of the internet, matched to locations and everything else they can steal off the sucking internet. And it's all in this one company called Palantir, which is a government contractor, and it's one of the biggest most of their business comes from the federal government. And they were used by the city of LA and the city of Chicago. You've been a person of interest before. So they actually have tracked people and said, oh, we can give you a list of gang members. So they actually pre-identified gang members so that the police could surveil them before they committed a crime. Okay, there you go. That's what you do. Well, nobody tracks it. We don't care. None of this. Several times. So you see what I'm talking about here. Now you might say, well, I'm not a criminal. I'm not in a gang. I don't. This doesn't apply to me, so I don't have to worry about this. So it's too bad about the guys in the hood. That's their problem. That's the problem to people in the hood. So we don't need to be concerned about that. It's wrong. Depending on who's in power, if you're in some political side, you can be targeted in the same exact way. Okay, if you're in the far right, far left, if you're, are you a big fan of Alex Jones? Are you a big fan of Antifa? Are you, any one of those groups that somebody doesn't like, then you are a target. And even though you just believe in it, it's too bad. Can you get on Michael Savage's show? He's in Marin County and in LA. I don't know. Trucker Life, I was in WBZ AM radio for a while. Palantir IPO coming soon. So if you understand what I'm saying and you don't have any fear about privacy, and you're saying, like Omar is like saying, privacy comes to us automatically, we get it, Facebook is going to give us privacy. Wrong. Privacy has to be fought for. It doesn't come to you. You have to fight for it with knowledge and active steps. It doesn't come to you. I don't know. It was bought by iHeartRadio. When I was doing it, I was doing it for CBS. WBZ is now owned by iHeartRadio. I haven't talked to them since. I haven't talked, I don't know what their market focus did. Can you speak on Apple's claim of blocking government access to Apple servers? They've said that before, but they do share stuff with Apple. We are Zuck, all using Periscope. We are Zuck. We aren't private. Omar, yes, absolutely right. That's why do not use your real name on Zucking Periscope. Use a VPN when you're on Periscope. Zuck, Omar, that's what I talk about. Instead of complaining to me about do I use some feature of Periscope, concern yourself with my topic and say, does this help me or not? Is anyone interested in what I'm talking about? If you are, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, Rob Braxman Tech, so that you learn about what I'm talking about. Oh, yes, Omar, definitely. You are correct. Omar, I've told them that a million times. I said, do you know that the three-letter agencies have your dick pics? And it's I sent it on iMessage. Yeah, they got that. They got that. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, folks. I'm only at 1059 here. We have an increased here. So a lot of you did not yet subscribe. So please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then we'll continue tomorrow. Very large file size. Oh, because of magnification. Oh, Ben Omar, the three-letter agencies are. Don't say it. I'll say it for you. CIA, NSA, FBI, DHS. Okay. Otherwise, and then there's the ones from the different countries, which are not three-letter. Most of them are four-letter. GCHQ and all that. Referred to as the Five Eyes. Okay. So three-letter agencies in the U.S. and then the ones in other countries are. Yes, I knew. Don't say it. I can say it. Omar, don't type it. Don't type it. I can say it. They're not gonna go magnification 10 times. Zucking IA. You can say it as Zucking IA, Zucking BI, National Zucking Agency. So that's that's the official reference. It's true. I don't type it. Especially you, Omar. Your IP address is being tracked and saying this guy is connected to foreign people, and that means thank you, Trucker5, thank you, Trucker5, and then they will track everything that you do, and then they're storing it in Utah. ZZHQ. You should have said GZHQ. That would have been the better abbreviation. ZZHQ is hard to say. Thank you, Trucker Life. You hit on me by accident, Trucker Life. So GZ. There you go, GZHQ. That makes more sense. I think the one in Germany is GND. Mega. Make America zucked again, Mazda. Make America zucked again. I'm always learning from the best. There you go, Omar. Well, thank you for coming in, Omar. Usually you're here to complain about my squash. Usually you're here to complain about it. How about ZRU and ZZA? Be bold, be different. Join the privacy army. There you go. There you go. Make America private again. MAPA. There we go. MAPA. 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 Yes. Did you know that there was this guy who wrote a book called Zucked Book? Omar, Twitter doesn't know much about me. What does Twitter know about me, Omar? They only know that I have this email account and I'm Rob Braxman Tech. They don't know anything else. So I don't have significant private conversations. I do not do, unless it's promotion related, I don't really do DMs on Twitter. Mappa. Yep. The privacy army, guys. Privacy army. Isn't it awesome? We have to fight for it. It doesn't come to us. Privacy is not given to us. Twitter knows your database and your face. All there's by your IP address, it will find you. I use a VPN, Omar. Yes, Drought. There is a new book called Zucked Book. And it's on Twitter. Zucked Book. And it's like, Zuck, you're going to steal something from me. Zuck you, mother Zucker. I was first. Okay? Go to Urban Dictionary. I was first. It says so in Urban Dictionary. They will find that VPN and will still track you. Omar, I own the Zucking VPN. They can Zucking track me all they want. Is it on Amazon? Yes, I'm sure it is. Did you write it anonymously? Which one did I write anonymously? Drought? Did I write the VPN anonymously? The VPN is unless hit by a warrant, which I have not, then nobody knows anything. No one's hit me with a warrant to say expose your VPN. We're all born free. After that, we're all sucked. I like that. Yeah, the Zuck book. Zuck book, yes. I don't think there's no the. It's just Zuck book. Zuck book, yeah. If you want to use your VPN, can I purchase it? Yes, Ben. It's on bytesvpn.com. Please purchase it. It's an awesome VPN because it has Tor in it. So you can use Tor or a standard VPN. It's high speed. It's very fast. What if government conspiracy theory is a government conspiracy theory? No, my VPN is not on AWS. No, DKVNY. No, my VPN is not on AWS. I don't have a book. It's not my book. Somebody is making a book called Zuck Book. It's not my book. It's not my book. Yes, use bytesvpn.com right there on this part of the piano. A lot of you are on PIA and you haven't changed and you're still on PIA. And this is better. In Zuck we distrust. Hey, yo, you need to make a little, room on Braxtop me with all these little terms. Zucking Rob is a genie. So I'm, anyway, we need to really, be strong with this army here. Tomorrow, we're getting late here, so I'm getting sleepy. It's almost 2 a.m. Okay. Drought, make sure you hit me on YouTube. Hit me on YouTube, Drought. Hit me on YouTube with a sub. Sub me on YouTube, man. You don't want to miss out on those videos. I'm going to talk about, so good night, Drought. Other than Zor, why is Bytes better than PIA? Because Bytes VPN is not known to be a VPN, whereas everyone knows. Omar, originally economics, but never used it. I studied, I worked with systems in programming for the rest of my life, and then I studied medicine. Okay, so what was the question again? Bytes VPN is I have a video on why the big companies are actually very bad because they have already identified all of them. There's so many users in each server, the IP addresses are so known to Google and Apple and all of these places. Okay, I have a video about that. No, 100, no, Hotspot Shield, no. You need a VPN, okay? A lot of you also have heard about proxies. Very, very bad. Oh my gosh. Proxies are a very bad thing. Is Christian's best choice to drop all devices? Are you able to? Are you able to drop all devices? Do you have the kind of guts? So, we have to fight back. Maybe, we have to come back with the, new type of device. But you almost have to come to the internet so that we can discuss. Because how do you learn about some of this stuff if you don't come here? No, Omar. I told you proxies are evil. We moved to country, but I'd rather fight. Trucker Life, you got your... I don't know, Trucker Life, I'm ready. I'm ready, Trucker Life. Are you ready? I'm ready. Pew pew. Trucker Life like that, I'm sure. It's 1984 happening. It's already, yes, it is 1984 happening. By the way, Trucker Life, all these socialists that are coming out now, they forget that 1984 is a socialist, it's a communist story. Put your kid's gaming gun away. It's a communist story. Put that water gun away. I don't know. Ben, what do you think, Ben? What do you think, Ben? Looks pretty legit. Looks pretty legit to me. What do you think, Ben? You know, it looks pretty legit. Right? Don't show that on Periscope, Ben. Looks legit, but shoots M&Ms. Yes, at least it looks legit. Hello, Allie. Does your gun use Wi-Fi? At least it looks pretty legit water gun. Yes, it does look legit. Yes, but it is in fact a toy. But it doesn't look legit. It is a toy. But it's it has all the Colt markings on it, and if you can see the Colt markings on it, it actually looks pretty real. Come to Texas, bro. Yes. So yeah. So this is a 1911. I will. You're up playing with guns, bad boy. It's a zucking toy, Ali. Don't complain now. It's a zucking toy. It's for trolls. It's my troll weapon. My troll weapon, Ali. How are you doing, Ali? Anyway, follow me on or subscribe to my account. Be careful, the gun store where you got that from. We'll track it down with a gun database. Yes, Omar, I am in the gun database. If I had a gun, I will be in the gun database. So I already know that they have the gun database. They know all the guns that I would have. They already know that. Toy or not, it looks pretty real. Entire Meyer now, of course. I may have real ones, in theory. We celebrate 2 years free from Socialist California on July 4th, 2019. What happens in July 4th, 2019? What happens in July 4th, 2019? Bullet database. Bullet database, California. So far, I have not been registered in the bullet database. Hey, yo, because I have no need for bullets at the moment. Woohoo. Okay, who was using hidemyass.com? Who's using Hide My Ass? Oh, you moved to Texas July 4th. Who was using Hide My Ass? Because you were zocked. So anyone using Hide My Ass? You want to get zocked, use Hide My Ass, okay? So, yeah, that'll zock you. Oh my gosh, Omar. Use Bytes VPN. Hide My Ass logs you, Omar. Oh, that's great for you. Oh my gosh. The government has access to those logs now. That is a honeypot, yes. Hide My Ass is a well-known honeypot. They actually, when the court asked them to provide logs, they provided all the logs. Genital maps too? Omar. My gosh, Omar's so innocent here. It's like everything it brings up is bad news. Everything that Omar brings up is bad news. Imagine using Hide My Ass, which is in the press, as having released logs of the VPN info. Oh my gosh. Yes, you are zucked left and right. So zucked left, zucked by Zuck, zucked by Hide My Ass, zucked by proxy, zucked by all these apps you use, zucked by WhatsApp, zucked, whatever else you use. You are just zucked everywhere. My gosh. Need to rethink everything, Omar. Yeah, too. Wart map, genital maps. Well, I already told you about tattoo databases. So poor Omar. Omar's so zucked. Anyway, use my product, guys. I'm here to protect you. My focus is privacy. Okay? We're not just talking about cybersecurity. We're talking about privacy. That's different. Rob Braxman is the privacy guy. I'm the internet privacy guy. We're not just talking the limited realm of cybersecurity. I want to make sure you understand that I'm about privacy. What info do you give me? You when you buy the product, I don't ask for much. You just pay, and I don't ask for address or anything. You don't get. I don't ask for addresses. You just pay by PayPal, and that's it. Is your VPN easy enough for someone like me to use? Yes, Ali. Are you using a phone? Are you talking about the phone? Yes, of course. My VPN is simple enough. Nellie uses it. She figured it out. I didn't give her instructions. Yes, it works in all Apple, Android, PC. Barely. Nellie used it. She's no techie. So can I download by? Yes, of course. You have to pay for it first, but yes, it's $89 a year, which includes the VPN and the Tor. No, you should be able to handle it, Ali. It's it's not that complicated. You download an app and you put your credentials in. That's it. There's pictures in there. You go to the website, there's pictures of what you're supposed to see. There's no lifetime, Omar. The lifetime is short. The ones that said, I'll give you a lifetime of whatever, don't believe in that crap, okay? That's just stupid stuff, okay? What you ought to ask is, are you going to cram 10 million people on one server? Because they can do that. You have an explanation on YouTube? No, I do not have an explanation on YouTube. It's on bytesvpn.com. There's a video that talks about about VPNs in general, though. I'll pay $1 million for a lifetime. Sure, I'll take it. You don't want lifetime. Whose lifetime? My lifetime? I'm older than dirt. Yes. Bytesvpn.com has the explanations, and you can talk to me and Brax@me if you want to know, more. Okay, down there the spelling BYTZ. Wrong spelling, trucker life. Can you see the bottom of my thing? BYTZ. Bytes with a Z. BYTZ as in zebra. VPN.com. Okay? BYTZ. Can somebody type that? Here. BYTZ. Oops, mine is wrong spelling. It corrected it. Okay, BYTZ. That's how I spell bytes. Okay? It's on all my YouTube videos. So the link is on my YouTube videos. So if you are asking, you just go to the YouTube videos. There's always a link there. There you go. Yeah. Okay? bytesvpn.com. And it's $89 a year, which gives you a standard VPN and a Tor, a cloud-based Tor router. Okay? And you will learn in videos later on why it's important to have both. Okay? You zucked it up yourself. Family discount. Your family's one account. It allows 6 devices. So, yeah, that one account will handle all of you. 6 devices. Trucker Life. It's $89 for a family. And you can load it on 50 devices as long as no more than 6 use it. Okay? At the same time. I do know you're logged in, so I know if you're 6 devices. So, a phone, an iPad, and a computer. Okay, so with 2 of you, if you have kids, you're all covered. So, and then access to expensive, man. Don't you do senior discounts? Are you senior, Ben? You're too young. You're like 17, Ben. Okay, so I will please watch the YouTube videos, especially on HTTPS, because I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to talk about my last 3 videos tomorrow. Okay? So have a great night, my friends, and sorry for the delayed start, but we did extend this, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's broadcast. Do you think government can plant stuff through internet? Yes, Trucker Life. It's called packet injection. Yes. Nice to see you, Ali. Yes. Packet injection, Trucker Life. Packet injection. Yes, they can. So be careful. Be careful out there. Yes. Okay. Good night, folks.